Hello and welcome once again to the Women World Championship match between current world champion Ju Wenjun and the runner-up Aleksandra Goryachkina. So there's been some days since last time, but I am back now, and today today's the day where round 8 will be played. So this will be very exciting. Yesterday they played a draw. So right now the score is 3.5, 3.5. And now we are on round 8. And, the match already started, the game already started. But today Aleksandra Goryachkina will be playing with the white pieces. And Ju Wenjun will be playing with the black pieces. And they moved now to Vladivostok in Russia. So before they were playing in Shanghai, they played there the first 6 rounds, and now the last 6 rounds of the match will be played in Vladivostok. So they moved now to Russia, where Aleksandra Goryachkina is from, and the remaining rounds will be played here. In total, there are 12 games, so we're already on round 8. So only 4 games after this round. So we're starting to enter the last games of the match, so it's going to be very, very exciting, the following games. And so I think that very soon, we could start watching now. We're gonna start watching now the game. This is the game. I also wanted to say thank you for the prenumeration by Face Chess. Very nice. Thank you so much for the prenumeration. For the subscription, I mean, sorry. I'm starting to use some Swedish words. It's been a few days since I was here last time. So I will also very soon talk a little bit about the players, as we haven't really done that in a few days. But I thought that we would just go through the 10 first moves that have been played. And, because this is a classical game, they will be thinking quite a lot. So when they start thinking, I will go through the players and the game format and everything that we haven't gone through now in a few days. And also in less than an hour, we will have a guest here in the studio. Grandmaster Pia Cramling will be joining us. So my mother will be here, and it will be very nice to have her commentating the game today. She hasn't been here in a few days. So let's start with the game. Now, so c4 was played as the first move, c4, e6, knight c3, d5. So we can see that it transposed to Queen's Gambit declined. d4, knight f6. And now white played c takes d5 here. And this is a variation that I play myself. I played it quite a lot. And I played this a few times. Bishop g5, c6, you have to protect the d5 pawn, of course. This is normal. e3, h6, bishop h4. You don't want to eliminate your black squared bishop yet in this position. A bit too early for that. So bishop h4, bishop e7, bishop d3. The white squared bishop is going on the b1, h7 diagonal. And now comes a move which I believe it's not the move that is always played in this position. It's not the move that is always played in this position. I believe that you can play it here. I think it's very normal to play knight d7 here. You can also play castle. And then a setup, something like this could follow. And then either knight e2 or knight f3. Both are quite common moves here. So, and if you play knight e2, then typically you go for an f3, either long or short castle setup. Perhaps sometimes bishop f2, and you try to get in e4. So That is one idea if you played knight e2. But then if you play knight f3 instead in a position like this, then you're sometimes trying after rook e8 and knight f8, which are the very typical moves of black to play. You try to play knight e5, and then sometimes you can even play f4 and simply solidify your knight on e5. And sometimes you can even take on f6, and after bishop takes, you can play b4. Or you can start by playing rook b1 and b4. So there's always this minority attack on the queen side that white is striving for in positions like this. So these are different ideas that arise from knight bd7 or castle. I think they sort of transpose if both moves are played next to each other. But here, quite a more forcing move was played, knight e4. And this is a move that white always needs to be prepared for, both in this position, sometimes even if knight f3 is played. For instance, if knight bd7, knight f3, I believe that, also knight h5 is a move here. Knight h5 is also a move here, with sort of the same idea to exchange this black squared bishop. And yeah, sometimes if you play queen c2 after it takes on e7, there is this knight f4 idea for black. So, but so knight e4 is also a move that also needs to always be considered. And, well, the bishop is hanging here, of course, so white either needs to take on e7 or play bishop g3. And the idea for black here is that, the knight on e4 is very well placed, of course, because if white plays f3, then sometimes the e3 pawn could be weak. For instance, if the queen would be on e7, then of course f3 is not possible because you just take on c3. And after b takes c3, the e3 pawn is hanging. So white always needs to be careful with f3, especially if white's black squared bishop is gone. Because if you play f3, but you can still control this e1, h4 diagonal, or play bishop f2 after, then typically this e3 pawn doesn't really become weak. But yeah, so white always needs to think about that in these type of positions. And yeah, well, of course, white cannot take here 2 times because the bishop on h4 is hanging. So bishop g3 was played. Once again, another idea could simply have been to take on e7. But then this knight will be very well placed on e4, and the queen doesn't really have any good moves to protect e3, as this knight has to be developed. And so if knight e2, then we still have this e3 problem idea, because you don't want to let this knight stay here. So sometimes maybe you want to play bishop takes e4, but that always depends on the situation. So bishop g3 was played instead to be able to play f3 at some point. And knight takes g3 was played here. So black is eliminating white's pair of bishops, and h takes g3. So this is the current position. And I suppose that now the knight will go to, it will go to f3. I'm not sure if you can go to e2, but knight f3 seems very natural. And then, white can of course play short castle. I suppose that white could even play something like queen c2 and long castle. I think that white could play both moves, both short castle and long castle, depending a bit on what white's ideas are. But then again, right now an attack for white on the black king would perhaps not be in the very near future, as white doesn't have the black squared bishop anymore, and as all these sort of breaks with g4 and g5 seem to be quite difficult to play right now. So perhaps short castle is what's most natural here for white in this position. So once again, you can always write suggestions in the Twitch chat if there's anything you're wondering about in the game, or if there's anything that I've missed. You can always write in the Twitch chat and simply let me know. And I will try to go through as much as possible. That is, as it's very nice when this becomes interactive with everyone. So that it's not just me here, but that it's everyone here commentating together and proposing different moves. So, Face Chess is asking what is Black's hoping for out of this opening. And well, I myself, I like this for white typically, but of course this is just a preference. This is a very, very normal opening to play for Black and a very standard one. And yeah, I mean, typically I believe that Black is not playing so much on the queen side, but Black is typically trying to play a bit more on the king side in this position. Because normally it's white that is playing on the queen side, because Black can, I mean, it's very hard for Black to play c5 typically, because this d5 pawn gets very weak. So, but this is not really, I don't think it's that aggressive for Black typically. But, and then of course Black will always try to get a knight on e4 if possible, but that now seems to be a bit harder. And, okay, and another person asked if f4 and g4 was possible. And once again, I suppose that it could be possible, but the problem with f4 could maybe be that this g4 square could become a bit weak at some point. For instance, yeah, okay, maybe you don't want to play h5, but I'm just thinking that, okay, maybe you could play actually f4 and g4 if you played immediately, but I think that white wants to develop the minor pieces before, develop the queen, develop the knight, and then castle alongside before before f4 and g4. But of course that could maybe also be an idea. I'm not sure if you play f4 and if you could play queen f3 and then knight e2, but we will see. I was thinking you could play something like f4, queen f3, knight e2, g4, and then knight g3, and place your pieces like that. But I think that a problem could be that after knight f6, the g4 pawn could be quite weak, and the g4 square as well. So, and we got another question, which is, what time is story time? As last time when I was here with International Master Hans Niemann, we had many different stories to tell, or Hans had many different stories to tell that. Well, I had heard a few of them before, and I could commentate on some other ones which I hadn't heard. But hopefully today we will also have some story time. And I will try to think about it during, if I take short breaks, if I can come up with any stories. And maybe my mother could also do that. So a lot of people are asking once again, but yeah, Grandmaster Pia Cramling will be here very soon in the studio. Just so that everyone knows. So, and of course you can also tell a story in the chat if you want. You can start on a story. And then you can tell your story in the chat as well if you want. So, alright, but this is the position here. So very natural to play knight d7. The knight is going to f6 typically, or sometimes it's going to f8 and e6 before. So, very natural to develop this knight, but yeah, sometimes knight goes to f8 and e6 before short castling. Just to place the knight here very quickly before Black gets a rook on f8 and needs to play rook e8 first. So that is also another idea here for black. And then the question here is, how is white going to develop from this position? So that's another idea here. How is white going to develop here? So is the knight going to go to f3? Is white going to play short castle? Is white going to play... Yeah, I don't know where the queen wants to be, but is white going to develop the queen somewhere and then play long castle? So those are all different questions. Is white going to try to play... No, I don't think white wants to play f3, 4, because the black squared bishop isn't here, and this bishop could get to g5, and if the king is on c1, perhaps the bishop could get quite strong from g5. But but yeah, so that's something that we'll see what Goryachkina tries to play. It all depends a bit as well on how she's feeling today, because the last few games, at least in round 5 and round 6, yeah, those were the last 2 games that I commentated. Goryachkina won game 5, and then round 6, she was pressing quite a lot throughout the whole game, and so it seemed that like she was really eager to win, and with that I mean that she was willing to take some risks to win, and that is something that that makes the match, of course, much more interesting. That is, of course, something that makes the match a lot more interesting. And so it all depends then how she's feeling now, if she's thinking the same thing. And I suppose that she is, as she has the white pieces today, and there aren't so many rounds left. So, okay, knight f3 was played here. Knight f3 was played here. Yeah. So I'm not sure if there is this rook b1, b4 idea. I think there is, to play short castle and simply get a minority attack with b4, a4, and try to play towards b5 to then either forcing black to take on b5 or threatening to take on c6 and leaving black with this weak c6 pawn as well. So that could be an idea for white here. That's a very typical idea for this opening actually. Oh, we're getting a lot of questions here. Okay, who's the defending champion? Who's the challenger? The defending champion is Ju Wenjun, and the challenger is Aleksandra Goryachkina. We will go through the players really soon, but I got a question here from Face Chess, who's asking if I am deciding to stream on my own channel as well. And that's right, I created a Twitch channel, and I thought that was a good first step to just create the channel and then take it from there. But I am really considering it, and if I do so, I will probably do it quite soon, the following week or so. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna do it. So if you want to follow my channel, which is simply Anna Cramling, I think they linked it in the chat, you can do that. And then you won't miss when I start streaming for the first time, which I think could be a lot of fun. So yeah, so I thought that if I actually created the channel, then I would be forced to do it, because I'm not gonna leave a channel without any videos. So go and follow the channel, and then you won't miss when I upload my first video. It could come as a surprise. You just see in your feed that Anna Cramling started her first streaming video, and then that would be great. So go ahead and do that. So let's go through a bit about the players, as they're still playing they're still playing the opening here. So let's go. Okay. Here we can start with Ju Wenjun, who's the defending champion. So she's, as I said before, she's the defending champion. She's 28 years old, from China, and is right now ranked world number 2 with a rating of 2584. And she has had a very, very successful career behind her. She has been Chinese Women's Champion in 2010 and 2014. She has been Asian Nations Chess Cup winner 2012, 14, and 16. She was the Women's FIDE Grand Prix winner in 2016. She was the Women's World Rapid Champion in 2017 and 2018. She helped China win the Women Olympiad in 2018. And, 2018, she got her Women World Champion title as she won the match, and then she defended her title in November, I believe, of the same year. So you can say that she became Women World Champion twice in 2018. And so she's become a lot more famous the past 10 years, Ju Wenjun. Hu Yifan has always been, the most famous Chinese woman player, I would say. She's world number 1 ranked, Hu Yifan, and that's why Ju Wenjun is China number 2. But so we're getting a question if she's the highest rated woman in the world, and the question would be no, it's Hu Yifan. But then of course, Judith Polgar, she doesn't really play anymore. So, but right now I think it's I'm pretty sure it's Hu Yifan who's world number 1. So this is the defending world champion right now, Ju Wenjun, and then we have the runner-up Aleksandra Goryachkina, who has also a very successful career behind her. She's only 21 years old, from Russia, and she has always done really well in youth championships. We can see that she became Girls Under 10 World Youth Champion in 2018. And I also believe that I think she's become World Youth Champion several times, or at least gotten medal several times. It doesn't really say here, but I'm quite sure. She's done very well on the youth championships. She also won the World Junior Girls Championship in 2013 and 2014, which of course is also a very good merit. She won the Russian Women's Championship Super Final in 2015 and 17. She got silver in the European Women Championship 2017. She became a Grandmaster in 2018. And I forgot to say this, but I believe that Ju Wenjun became a Grandmaster in 2014. And then she won the Women Candidates Tournament in 2019. And that was an incredible performance that she did there in that tournament, as she very convincingly won, playing against the strongest woman in the world. All of them. There were a lot of very, very, very strong, the highest rated women, basically. Most of them were playing in the candidates tournament, and she was able to win it with 2 rounds to spare. She finished with 9.5 out of 14. So it was a very, very great performance that she did. And I think that she was not even supposed to play the candidates tournament. From what I've heard, Hu Yifan was supposed to play it, but then she declined. And then Aleksandra Goryachkina was one of the reserve players for the tournament. And then she played there, and then she won it. So that was incredible by Aleksandra Goryachkina. And that's why right now she's playing right now against Ju Wenjun. So this is a bit about the players. Let's go back now to the game and see what's happening. So we are still in the same position as last time. And that's why I thought it was quite good to talk about the players in the meantime, because it's typical that they take quite a lot of time per move, which you'll have noticed if you've been following the other games. And the time format is to have, the time control. Sorry, not the time for the time control is 1 hour 30 for the first 40 moves, with an increment of 30 seconds for the whole game, and then after 40 moves, the players get 30 minutes added to their clocks. So, well, it's typical time format for classical chess. In some tournaments, they add 15 minutes after move 60, but they aren't doing that here in this Women World Championship. So, and we can also see here, okay, knight f6 was played. Knight f6 was played. So I said that before, knight f8, knight e6 could also be an idea for black, but then, I mean, knight f6 is a very natural move. Controlling the e4 square, this is where typically the knight wants to be. Also, if on e6, sometimes it can disturb the bishop. And maybe the bishop, because this is typically, the c8 bishop is typically the bad bishop for black. So even though black has a bishop pair, this c8 bishop typically doesn't really know where to go. But in this position, maybe bishop g4 is what black wants to play. But then, yeah, queen c2 was played, maybe to prevent bishop g4. As knight e5 would come then. Because if the queen was still on d1, then I think that bishop g4 would have been played by black, simply to try to eliminate this white squared bishop of black, and to exchange it for the knight. Once again, this bishop is typically regarded as a bad piece in this opening for black. So queen c2 was preventing it. And yeah, question is, where should the bishop go now? Because of bishop g4, there is knight e5. But bishop e6 was played, also very natural to go there with the bishop. And we can see that black is waiting with castling in this position. I mean, black should castle short side, it's what is typically done, and then rook c8 and try to put a bit of pressure on the c file. But black is waiting and developing the minor pieces before. Maybe because sometimes black wants to play rook c8 with the tempo somehow, or disturb a bit before castling, because white cannot really attack the black's king. So that could also be another idea. But yeah. So today we saw a queen's gambit. There have been a lot of e4 games with white. I think that most of the games of Ju Wenjun have been with e4, and I can't remember exactly. Although I think that Goryachkina played d4 in another game, but yeah, I'm quite happy when they play d4, because I am a lot more used to d4 openings. I play it myself, and I've never really played e4, so I'm really happy in this match when they're playing d4, because then I feel like I know more about the opening than when they play e4, as I haven't really studied so much e4 openings, as I've never played them as white, only with black. Of course, I mean, against d4, but with white, I haven't really studied them so much. So yeah, should we go and see a bit about the match format? So this is the match format. So once again, there are 12 games, and the first one to reach 6.5 points wins. So if someone would have reached, or when someone reaches 6.5 points, the match ends. So they don't have to play all games. But this will probably not happen in this match, and the 12 games will be played. The schedule is from January 5th till the 24th, and there are quite a lot of rest days in this tournament. I think that it's 2 games that are played, and then there's 1 rest day, and then 2 games, and so on. So, but now we saw quite a few rest days, because they had to change it from Shanghai to Vladivostok. The time control is, yeah, I said it before, 90 minutes plus 30 minutes added after move 40, and then a 30-second increment for duration of the game. And, well, of course, the scoring, if you win, you get 1 point. If you draw, you get 0.5 points, and if you lose, you get 0 points. And the prize, well, this is some of the prize info. So the prize fund is 500,000 euros in total, and the winner gets 60% of that, and the runner-up gets 40% of that. So we can see that there's not an incredible difference between the winner and the runner-up in terms of money, of course. Of course, there's a difference, but it's not huge. And in case of a tiebreak, so in case both players get, for example, 6 and a 6, the final score is 6-6. So both players get 6 points each, and you have to play a tiebreak, then the winner of the tiebreak will get 55% of the prize fund, and the runner-up will get 45%. And the reason why I think that one of the big reasons for this is because it shouldn't really be about the money so much. It should also be that the players are fighting for the title, and that's what they're mostly thinking about. So we can see that the difference decreases if they get the same amount of points and the match is decided in rapids. And yeah, so bishop e6 was the last move played. And we got the question if Goryachkina is now the favorite as they're playing in Russia, or what I think about that. And of course it's going to feel quite, I believe it's going to feel quite good for Goryachkina to now be in Russia. And, she's the runner-up and she is doing really well in the match. She has been pressuring Ju Wenjun. The score is equal, and now she's home, and now she's probably getting a lot of support. Of course, there could also be the thing that she could feel more pressure when she's at home for doing a good result, as she's now at home. But I think that mostly she's going to feel more comfortable at home, and I think that it's Ju Wenjun who's now the player who's mostly pressured in terms of that. So I could think that Goryachkina could be the favorite. I'm not sure. Ju Wenjun, of course, she's the current world champion, but Goryachkina has been pressuring the last few games, and now she is at home playing. So, wow, she played long castle here. So this is the question that I was asking myself before, if she was going to play long castle or short castle. Definitely. Wow, so long castle. So this is what I was thinking, that I think that Goryachkina, she's not afraid. She's taking the risks because she knows that, you have to take some risks sometimes in these type of games to do something. We can see that many of the games have been quite, well, that the game has simply slowly been building up. But in this game, she's playing long castle immediately in the opening. So I think that this could be very interesting. And now, especially because h6 was played here by black, and this could create some weaknesses in the long run. If white could somehow play g4 and g5, then black will regret having the pawn on h6 instead of h7. But then, of course, on h7 it would be targeted by the bishop, the queen, and the rook. So both ways, but if white can get in g4, g5 in good conditions, it could be very, very dangerous for black. Perhaps even to play knight e5 looks quite natural, and I'm not sure if f4 should be played and then to play f5 and then g4, g5. That could be one idea, or to simply play f3, g4 and then g5. White really wants to open up the h file, so white could sacrifice a pawn on g5 to open up the h file. It's such a good thing in this type of positions, if black castles short side, for white to have an open h file. So material could be sacrificed for that, as the black king would become very, very weak in those sort of positions. Yeah, and someone said that they were going to type a question about h6, and that I answered it before they were able to type it. So I'm really happy I was able to do that. And well, wouldn't say read minds, but kind of, a little bit. So yeah, knight g5 perhaps. Okay, knight g5 now. Of course, knight g5 could be a threat now. Perhaps even if could knight g5 have been played the previous move, with the idea that of course black cannot take because the h8 rook is hanging. But I think that after knight g5, then the bishop would go back either to c8 or d7, and then the knight would simply not be so well placed on g5. So I think that we will take a short break very soon, simply because, I think that my mother is here and we want to get her to the studio and set her up so that she can start commenting the game as well. So I think we're going to do that. We're going to take a very short break and set it up so that Pia Cramling can come here and join us in the studio. So we will be back very soon. Stay here and we will still have the game put up, so the position put up live, so that you can follow the game whilst we are taking the short break. So thank you very much. I'll be back very soon. are back now, and here we have Grandmaster Anna Cramling with us. Very nice. Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Yeah, and you're here now to commentate as well the World Championship match. Are you excited?
Yes, of course, I'm very excited. And I was very curious to see today what the Goryachkina was going to play the first move. And as she is usually a d4 player, but today she repeated what she played the last game with white. She played c4, and this time Ju Wenjun, she didn't want to repeat the same. Although she was fine in the opening, in the last game, but afterwards it went wrong. So here we have seen a Queen's Gambit, where White has played Bishop g5 quickly, taken on d5 quickly, and played more ambitiously with long castling. So, and I guess with her last move now, I think Black is also planning to play long castling. So you have the both kings on the same side, and it will be more positionally. She didn't dare to go. I don't think she dares to put the king on the king side with open age file. So it will be a more positional game, I think.
Yeah, no, because we were saying if now Ju Wenjun would play short castle, it could become quite dangerous with some ideas sometimes to play g4, g5.
Yeah.
At some point.
Yeah. Probably you go knight d5 first.
Yeah.
And then f4, f5, g4. Oh no, maybe f4 and then somehow g4. You need to get in g4, knight d5, maybe queen e2 and g4. But it's very dangerous with open age file, and this is normally not what you don't want to do. But okay, and also of course when you play long castle, you little bit defend yourself with king b1, but it looked too dangerous to go long castling in this position.
Yeah. Short castling, you mean?
Yeah, I mean short castling, of course. No, long castling is what you will normally look for.
We have a lot of questions by people asking if you can play knight g5 in this position.
Yeah, this is true. You can go knight g5, but I'm just wondering if you go,
Bishop d7.
Yeah, bishop d7, because if you're castling, then you take maybe f4 and you will get this backward pawn. No, I think yes, bishop d7 and to trace and then to go some bishop g6 here. Could this be something? Take, yeah, maybe knight g5, bishop g7, we go bishop g6. So, because you cannot take, with queen.
Very nice variation, actually.
Yeah, and now bishop g6.
Does this work?
I think it looks like it works. Okay, so, so in this position you have to go short castling here. You have to castle short. Or maybe you go rook f8. Yeah, you go rook f8. So after rook f8, what we play?
But can you then take and play queen g6?
No, then we take the knight. You need to
you're taking
so this is
the knight, and there isn't any check here on h8 because there is bishop f8.
Yeah, we have bishop f8, which is very important.
Yeah.
So, and if you go you can go knight h7 here, but you take on g6.
Yeah.
So the pieces they're not so well placed here now. So I guess knight g5, bishop d7, bishop g6 is not. I cannot see it. It really works because we can see. Yeah. So.
So maybe not right now.
Yeah, because knight g5 is a little bit like but when bishop moves, you have nowhere to go. The only target you have is f7. So
I have a question.
But you can go back. You can play f4 in this position if you want to. If this is the plan.
Can I just ask a question here? If rook f8, bishop takes. I just want to see this. And if knight b5.
Queen, knight b5, yes.
With the idea that after bishop f8 to have knight d6.
Yes.
Check.
Yes. So yes, but maybe now you just go. Yes, so you need to go queen b8.
Okay, so then
Or, yes, queen b8.
oh, so you go queen b8 and then it's fine because after queen g6.
No, queen. You
Oh,
take.
sorry.
We take the bishop. We take
You
the
take the
knight.
knight, sorry.
Yes.
After rook h8, I meant there is this.
And now we don't have knight e6. So I think it's
Yeah.
that we need to play this way. Yes, just to defend d6 square. But otherwise, this would have been winning.
And can you play? You cannot play rook h1 here.
Yes, we can go rook e1, rook h1, but now maybe because you want to take and check and let's see. But there are so many pieces, maybe, if I take on b5, I will have all the pieces for the, just take on b5.
You can also play knight g8 simply.
Knight, sorry?
G8, I mean after check, you can maybe play knight g8.
Yeah, there's also knight g8,
so
yes.
It doesn't really work.
It's a lot of fireworks, but there are not so many pieces left in them. So, but maybe you can go f4 if you want to get a stronger, but then,
In this position?
Yeah, I was wondering if you can go
here.
If you can go f4. And now, yes, because now before castling, you need to go maybe some rook f8. And
castling where?
No, before you go long castling, you need to defend f7. So
yeah.
So you have to go perhaps rook f8. You play knight f3, and then. And I don't know, Then
but then the rook is isn't it a bit misplaced on f8?
Yeah, you can say it's just not such a useful square for it. But okay, you needed to defend it. And now you're going long castling and knight e5. And if you go long castle, knight e5, And now the plan is, because now the knight is very strong on e5. And it's actually very difficult to push it back. Because if you try to move your knight and f6, knight g6 is also, could be annoying,
Yeah.
So, and if you go bishop g4, we will go king b1, rook c1, and we will play after knight e5.
After long castling?
No.
Or if bishop g4 immediately?
Yeah, if you go immediately, I think we start with king b1. Actually, in this position, king b1. And the idea is long castling. We go rook c1. And now the plan is to go knight e5. You can take, but then sometimes I will play g4. If I get such a nice pawn center there, if you take, yes. And the weakness on e3, it's not really so weak here. So, and I don't know what plan can black have here, yes. So this looks, you will go g4. You will do that. Now this looks fine for or even you can play for e4, but then you need to defend the d4 first. But of course you can play e4, e5 also, or g4, and then to play with the pawn f5, f4, and maybe g5. Yes. So maybe knight g5. It could be an interesting move. Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, this all comes from knight g5.
Yeah, this was all the idea with knight g5, yes.
And also, of course, maybe there could be some knight b5 ideas. But then, of course, there's queen b6. I'm not sure you can play queen e4, but then maybe you just defend king b8 or something. So.
Yes. Yeah. Knight b5 is not really. It's more if there was a pawn somewhere there. But knight b5, you go queen b6 because you don't have any. If there was a bishop on d6, okay, d6, then you could take you could take the knight after now. No, you couldn't yet. If the bishop was on d6, yes, then knight b5 would have been good because you want to change the bishop. Yes, I guess so. But let's see what happened. Have they played anything here now?
Yes, they have. So, king b1 was played.
Yeah, this is very normal. King is safe, and as Goryachkina is a very positional player, she's also a very safe player, very good to defend herself in difficult position. I guess this was the first move she wanted to play. So she doesn't want to try to play some tactics. She wants to put her king safe on the natural square. And then we see, and then long castling, yes?
Yeah, long castling. So going for maybe the little bit more positional.
Yes, you can say that. But actually, white, now she played knight a4. And this is just a very natural plan. The plan is to go knight c5. So it's again hitting the bishop on e6, but in a more positional way, because the knight on c5, you really can't get rid of it. Okay, you can take it, but then you don't have your black square bishop anymore. And if you move your pawns, the queen side will be very weak. So you don't want to move this pawn. You want it to stay there. So after knight f4, I guess knight e7 is logical. But then maybe she goes anyway. And if you take with the pawn.
Sorry, after which move?
Maybe knight e7 now is logical. Because in that way you both, if knight c5, you can take it. But after taking and you will get the d4 square for the knight. And then, I think it's a little bit more pleasant for white. Yeah, no, I like you get the d4 square, and maybe sometimes you can play for some
f5.
Maybe f4. Yeah, f4, f5 perhaps.
I meant putting some piece on f5.
Or yes, this is actually you want to put the bishop on f5, because you don't want to change the knight for the white square bishop if it's not very good, because the knight on d4 is a fantastic outpost there in center, looking all over the board.
Yeah.
But you want to play bishop f5, and you want perhaps force black to take. So you will get this square, and then you have planned to play with the pawns, maybe g4. G4, G3, maybe also F4. I'm not sure because E3, but yeah, maybe yes. But knight E4 is very it's very good there. And of course, you also, if black would play something like bishop F6 and take on D4, you get a nice pawn center, and you like to have the pawns on black when we have this white square bishop. They are stronger.
And this white square bishop, as you said, would become very strong.
Yeah, and you will get, control of e5. You can maybe double the rooks. So, and this bishop e6 is a little bit where to go. King b8, bishop c8, but it will be a passive piece, yes. So it will be a little more pleasant for white, yeah. So, knight a4. But this is very typical. Of the knight a4 now, because now she will play rook c1 or rook c1, and maybe she sometimes have some, knight c5 will come, and then the rook to c1, and then sometimes queen a4, rook c3, rook a3. So she's looking at the black's king. She will play active in front of it, yeah. So,
yeah.
So this is normally a little bit more pleasant for white.
Because the question here is, white does have some ideas for attacking the black king, but how does black attack white in this position?
Actually, black is not going to attack white's king, because we can see that how the pawn structure is, how the pieces are placed. They're actually not a good way. In general, black has to more defend against white's ideas, but now you have the bishop pair, so to say that is the compensation for the play white will try to create here on the queen side.
Yeah.
So there, even if you got knight to c4, maybe if black could put a knight on c4 and even a queen on b6, we would just go king a1. So it's not black can't create any attack against white's king, but will will play against the plan of white.
So black is not really doing any plan by herself, but it's instead waiting for white. Is that?
Yeah, and also always you have to adjust to what your opponent is doing. Of course, when you're having your ideas.
Of course, that's sometimes just nice to play against your opponent. You're just sitting there, and you're just waiting for your opponent to play, and then you're just playing against the opponent, and that can be really annoying for the opponent. You always have. That if the opponent's always playing against you, that could be really annoying.
Yeah, no, that's
stopping everything.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Just to play against the plan of your opponent, just to try to avoid him or her to get what he or she wants to. Yeah, they can be very, very annoying. You have a plan and it's not possible to make it because
Of course, yeah.
So and it happens all the time. Yeah. No, that's a very good way of playing also. King bait, yeah, that's very logical. The king is safe there. So she's a little bit, she thinks it's not, she put the king on b8 is logical. Both kings are much better on the b line. And only now, after knight c5, and if white goes queen b3, you only go queen b6.
Yeah,
And then there's no, there was a threat there. So, and you always want, this is very typical. Maybe you can show that, yes. Let's say we go some knight c5 here. Black goes rook e8 perhaps, or bishop c8, or maybe bishop c8 then. And we go queen b3, now queen b6. Because we have this threat, and now black would be very happy if white takes on b6, because this pawn structure is becoming stronger when you have the pawn on b6 and instead of a7. You are controlling more squares, and more coming a little bit closer to the center, and then the c5 knight would have just to go back home again. Yeah, so this is not, but it would be different if we could put a rook on b3. So white wouldn't play queen d3. White would probably more play queen a4, and then maybe rook c1, rook c3, rook a3. So yes, or maybe start with rook c1 actually. I guess you start in this position, you start with rook c1 perhaps, like this. And let's see, I don't know really what will, okay, black can go knight e7, but then maybe you go, maybe queen a4 actually, yes. If we go knight b6, do we go queen a5 perhaps, or queen, maybe even queen, I'm not sure where we should put, maybe queen b4 actually. Maybe the queen can be on b4, because the idea is now that you can move the knight, because knight is 6. And now we have some plans, rook c3, next rook to c1. We put both rooks on the c line, and then maybe we go rook a3, queen a5. So finally to create some weakness. So it's a way to play against the black king, to attacking it, yeah. So maybe sometimes black will be forced to take on c5, because this will be very annoying otherwise.
And with what piece would you want to take it then? With the pawn?
In a position like this, yes, I would take with the pawn, and because I want to have this knight e4. I would prefer to take with the pawn, yeah. Because the knight e4 is so good afterwards. And then maybe afterwards, I don't know if you can try to take with knight e7, yes, knight e4. Because if you go knight e5, I simply go bishop e2. It's bishop e2, so I keep it.
Yeah.
And then there is rook c3, rook e3, and then to force it to play a6, and then I will go put my heavy pieces on the b line and start threatening maybe to take on a6. But
so this is definitely an idea for white. Let's see what was played. Knight c5 was played here. So, well, this of course we were saying is very natural, and there are several ways for white to proceed after this, with both preparing some attack with the rook.
Yeah, the rook.
The queen.
And the rook will, of course, rook is with the pawns on D line. The rook is so much better on the C line, yeah. So it will come there. Absolutely.
And also, if black would take on c5, or which black did, I was thinking if there are any ideas of playing rook h4, and I mean if pawn takes and then entering the attack with the h rook.
Yeah, that could be. That could absolutely. Absolutely. So let's say you take here now, and you go knight e7. But after knight e7, if you go rook h4, yeah, you can go rook h4.
Yeah, I was just wondering how a move like this was.
I was thinking now knight e5.
Knight e5.
Knight e5. Yes, let's say that you want to. But all these exchanges, yeah, I guess you just take or whatever, or maybe just rook rook somewhere here. Rook b4, rook a4, probably. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, rook a4 perhaps, yes.
Could you take and play rook b4?
Yeah, you can also take and play rook b4.
Just think if it could become a little bit annoying at least. Here.
Yeah, you can. But I actually want more to go for the a7 pawn because I want to force you to go some a6 so you get weaker. But in general, perhaps you prefer to keep the pieces. So maybe I wasn't sure if you go here or if you should go knight d4 after knight d7 just to play knight d4. But then you don't have this idea to enter the rook that way.
So. Of course, there's several ideas. I just thought that if we're gonna go for the attack, then we should go all in with all pieces.
Yeah, but it's also, you don't have to be in a hurry here. It's not so easy for black to... I'm not really knowing how black should play, because knight e5, I go bishop e2. So I keep my light square bishop. And then my plan is to move over the heavy pieces to the B and A line, to the A line maybe first.
Yeah. So will this be an interesting game, do you think?
Yeah, no, I think so. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Great.
So it's, and also because it's very, the standing in the match is it's very psychological what had happened. When Ju Wenjun, she started to win. She won the first game of the match, but there was a free day the day after, and then Goryachkina struck back immediately. She won, and also Goryachkina, when she has been wide, she has putting a lot of pressure on
we were talking about that she's taking some risks, and she's putting pressure. She's pressuring Ju Wenjun when she's playing with white.
Yes.
Goryachkina.
Yes, and actually she's also letting her play all, even if it's looks like a draw, she's keep on playing as long as she has an advantage. And this is very tiring. It's always, you lose a lot of energy when you have to defend all the time. And maybe it's a little psychological because it's it's not the world champion who is putting the pressure. It's her opponent who is doing that. So maybe this little psychological, because Ju Wenjun was, in my point of view, the favorite before the match started. Also because Goryachkina has made a lot of improvements lately. She's a very young player, and so it's a little bit psychological. How we are here now we have this free and half in the match, and to win a game here will be it will be difficult for the opponent. So of course both of them wants to be very, very solid.
Of course. And would you say then that Goryachkina is the new favorite of the match?
I wouldn't say favorite, because you can, in chess it can be very cruel. You can play so many nice moves, good ideas, but then you make a big mistake and all the effort you made before is just gone. So I wouldn't say she's the favorite, but she has shown that she's a very, very strong opponent here. Absolutely. And the match is, in my view, completely open.
But do you think that Ju Wenjun is the favorite?
I don't know, but maybe...
Because you have to have one favorite.
I need to have a favorite, yes. I'm not...
So if it's not Goryachkina, it's going to have to be Ju Wenjun. So that's why I'm asking about both of them.
Yes. No, I think if you go to play off, I think Ju Wenjun will be the favorites. And maybe this could be her tactics. Yes, to keep on, to try to have an equal score when the classical game are finished. Because I believe that she's stronger in shorter games. But, yes, also because she has won the World Championship in rapid twice, 2017 and 2018. So I believe this is to her. It's better for her if they can. If she will be the favorite in it.
And if she doesn't get to tiebreak.
If she doesn't get the tiebreak,
I'm really pressuring you to say a name here.
If we don't, okay. If the match will be finished before tiebreak, I don't know.
I think Goryachkina is the new favorite. Now that considering her last few games and the fact that they've moved now to Russia, she's playing now at home.
Yeah, but this is very curious because during the years when I have seen not World Championship matches, because when we played a World Championship, it was like these very short matches, and the last match, which was only 4 games long, it was very, very short, was the world champion.
Yeah.
Which means when you went to the final, the winner of the final became the world champion, but they played only 4 games, which
That's really little.
there's very, very little, and this is why they also have changed it. And also they thought that these matches with 2 games before the final was also very short.
Yeah.
And but many times when we have had, yes, also candidate tournaments, there was one candidate tournament. When was this? I think it was 89 in Georgia. And then, of course, there were several Georgian players playing, but none of them qualified. I think, if I was not wrong, it was Alisa Maris and Chi Yun. And then after she won the final and became the woman world champion, and she was the first Chinese woman world champion. But several times I've seen that when someone of the ladies player are playing at home, sometimes they feel a lot of pressure.
Yeah, that's also the problem with that. I was commenting about that before. That Goryachkina could be in her favor that they have moved to Russia, but it could also leave her with a lot of pressure.
Normally it should be an advantage to play at home.
Yeah.
But sometimes it actually have been on the other way. And I think also when Anand played against maybe Magnus or at home in India, I think maybe it wasn't so easy because chess has become so very, very popular in India, and they were all very much wanting him to win, and he felt maybe he had duty that he had to win.
Yeah.
So it can actually.
Okay. That's at least sort of an answer that we got. So.
Yeah, but it's because I'm very. I just think that Goryachkina has she has the more. She's getting more out of her openings with white. Ju Wenjun hasn't really proved anything with white, because when she play her e4, Goryachkina is answering with the Berlin wall. It becomes very solid, but I don't see any special advantage for white. And even in the last game, it was black who was putting pressure on her opponent.
Yeah, the last game, you mean yesterday?
I think it was yesterday. Yeah, then it was
round 7.
No, not yesterday. It must have been before. But no, I was wrong. It was. But what I mean is that Ju Wenjun she doesn't show an advantage with white, actually. So.
Yeah. Well, of course now I'm not saying that I prefer one winner over the other, but I just thought that considering the last few games and this fact that they're playing in Russia, Goryachkina could definitely be very dangerous now in the match.
Yeah.
But yeah. So probably you weren't referring to round number 7. You were referring to one of the previous rounds when Goryachkina's black was pressuring Ju Wenjun.
Yes. No, actually, I was. Yes. No, I was thinking of this long game when she played with the knight against the bishop. This is.
So round 6 probably.
This was the game I was thinking of. Yes.
Okay, so let's see what has been happening here. So, knight c5, bishop takes c5, d takes c5, bishop g4, and rook c1. So this is sort of the idea that you were talking about.
Yes. So this is why it could have been, because now. Yes, now maybe she take on f3. Can she go some d4? But after d4, you will have e4 and f4. So I don't know, actually. But there, in general, you don't want black to change on f3. So maybe knight c5. Maybe she should have gone rook c1 first. It could have been an idea before she played this knight c5. Because then she could have decided, do I want black to take on f3? Do I want to give my knight, or do I want to keep it? Like this, she had no choice.
But I was wondering if black would exchange the white squared bishop for the knight. I was wondering if then maybe a rook on b3, and I mean, and the bishop as well could create some more problems for the king.
Yes, but you will go king a8. This is the
So
plan.
you're going king a8.
You will go king a8. And but they could, because if you now can get double rooks, you can go double both rooks on the A line. That will be very difficult to defend. If you put the queen on a4, rook and a3, you can go queen b8, but you need to have another piece also. And that's why if white will try to put all her heavy pieces on the queen side, you might want to open in the center, and that's why I want to have this idea with d4. But after d4, you will not take on d4, because then you have this nice d5 square as an outpost for the knight. But I guess you will go e4 and will play with your pawns, try to play f4 and e5 in good conditions. So, but I don't know, if you don't take on f3, there is not so much sense with this move, bishop g4, actually. So it's a little bit like, yeah, it's like you start a plan, but you will not follow up with it. And rook c1 was just a move that white will always play.
Yeah, so maybe you can start with rook c1 then instead.
So.
And so, is this the idea now? Does black want to play d4 immediately?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think this is what she's thinking of. Because when you take on f3, your white's pawn structure becomes better. Double pawns are not, they're not always weak. When you have these 4 pawns together, they look very nice there. The h file is open, so the rook is more active. And maybe this is why she's hesitating. To take, yeah, because...
Or would you then play e4?
I guess I would play e4, because now my next move will be f4 and e5. And you know, after I get in e5, if you go knight e5, you don't have knight e3, because I have this nice pawn on f2. So you don't have this square, so this double ball. So you see the pawn is actually better on f2 than it would be on h2, because it defends g3 pawn, but also a square in the center, which is more important. So yeah, the pawn is better on f2 than on h2 here.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And if you now go some g5, but that looks not nice, because it's just, you can go queen d2, and then you will go, you can...
Where did you want to put the knight?
No. I was just thinking if I can try to avoid white to play f4.
Yeah.
But with playing like g5, but you cannot never, because I will go queen d2, and if you go, and now you have h6, which is weak, and I will play for f4, e5 anyway. But maybe the idea would be to go... So
maybe even rook here
sometimes, yes.
Sometimes.
Yes. No, g5 is not a move you can make, because you're creating such a weakness on h6. But maybe you can go... So where do we want to put the knight here? Yeah, it's not... because I want to go f4. Maybe I can do something like knight to7, f6 yeah.
Yeah.
So it's... but now she's thinking here. So it's a little bit like she...
She took on f3.
Yeah, she took on f3, yes. And let's see about time. Yeah, we can see that white has played quicker, yes. Ju Wenjun has been thinking more. And she was thinking a little bit about her last move, because now the pawn structure changed, and which means that the position changed. And that's why she wanted to have a little bit deeper thought about it. But when you start with a plan, it's normally good to keep on. And after bishop g4, there was no logical to play that move if she doesn't take on f3. Yeah. So, but now here, how is the... Yeah,
that's very good that you said it. Every time that the pawn structure changes, the whole position changes.
Yeah, and that's why you need normally to have more time to evaluate how it will be, because it's a big change in the position.
Definitely.
So, but maybe yes. Now I think just to play rook e8 looks very logical here. I guess the rook, but after rook e8, maybe now she has your nice plan. Rook h4, rook a4. This is white's next move. So to come over here. So So
yeah, that's the thing. So if d4 isn't played right now, then rook h4 could come.
yes, I
And that
think
would make it harder to play.
yes, rook h4 will be absolutely be the next move. I think here now
Yeah.
if it's white to play, because it's just a very logical way to activate the rook, and you can swing it over to the queen
Yeah.
side quickly, and you stopping d4. So and that's why probably black will be thinking here now, because she has to make a decision if she wants to go, if she thinks d4 is right or not. But I'm not sure about d4.
I mean, d4 is quite a big move to make.
Yeah, it's quite a big move to make, and then it means that I
Yeah.
will have an extra pawn on the king side, while okay, the d4 pawn is not doing so much. And could it become a weakness? Perhaps in
Yeah.
the long run, it could be. So yeah.
She needs to think about this.
She needs absolutely to think about this.
And
But what I yes.
No, go on.
No, I just thought it was curious that it's black who has been using more time, but because she was the one to yes. Can we see the first move? Yes, c4. How was the first move? The second move is actually what I want to see. Yes, you can see she changed. She didn't want to go in the same line as the last time when Goryachkina played c4. She played e6, knight c3, and in the last game she played knight f6, and we had this e4. And even if it was Ju Wenjun, I think she played novelty with bishop e4 and had a fine position. She didn't want to enter this again. She was scared of the preparations, so she decided to change to play d5.
And enter a queen's gambit declined instead.
Yes, and now white has this chance. When you play d5 very quickly, you have the chance to take on d5 on better circumstances than if you had played knight f3 first.
Yeah.
Because black will not get out with her bishop to f5 so easily here. So it's normally considered, a little advantage, more
For
easy
white.
for white. Yeah, from
Yeah,
the
so that's
opening.
the thing. When white is able to take on d5, like you said, with the knight on c3, it's a different thing than if the knight was placed on f3 instead.
Yeah, of course. Now it's more ambitious. You're putting more pressure on d5, and black doesn't have the same idea, because when you play knight f3, then you have that you can play c6 and go out with the bishop to f5 easier. So it's less ambitious. But this is the more ambitious way to play. And some people with black. No, yes, some people with black actually they like to avoid this.
Yeah.
And she played a6 here, and
here was interesting because now she played knight e4, and here we're looking at. Well, I was saying that other really typical moves is just to play knight e7 and short castle.
Yes, that's the most typical. But then when you go knight e7, I think more normal is to wait with h6. Sometimes you prefer the bishop to be still on g5, actually, because with h6, after she has done h6, it will be more difficult for black to castle short, because with the pawn on h6, it's more easier to open. Let's say we can play g4, h4, maybe before we start with f3, and then g4, h4, we have put the bishop somewhere on f2. Then when we go g5, we are open up the king side. But if the pawn was on h7, it's not so easy to open up the king side.
Yeah.
So if you go short castling, you don't want to make this little extra move, which looks good because you get a move extra, and you're not mated on the last rank. You don't have these ideas, but when you are castling on different sides, then this is a weakness.
Yeah, so typically black waits until white castles short side before h6 is played.
Yes, or sometimes you can even go knight f8 and knight e6, and you kick in the bishops. So it depends on, but yes, then you can absolutely kick the bishop. Yes.
And we're getting a lot of questions.
Yes.
Well, actually the same question many times, but I thought it's time to answer it. But a lot of people are asking how it would be different if the whole match was playing in one place that was not any of the countries of the players. So if it was just in one neutral country, I think we got a request of doing it, for example, in Switzerland, for example, in the Swiss Alps. How would that be different from doing it in Shanghai and in Russia, or in Vladivostok?
Okay, it would be different, of course, for both of the players, that they would not play in their home town.
Yeah.
And especially for Ju Wenjun, because she's from Shanghai. So this is really her hometown. And it would have been a neutral place, but sometimes it's not a disadvantage, because I've seen in several of the candidates tournaments, which was which is the way now, and which was the way before also for a long time ago when I was young, to qualify to play the World Championship match. That, for example, we had a candidate tournament once, 86 in Malmö, Sweden. So I had my hometown there, and it was I was very happy to play there. But it's also a little both. You feel the pressure there. So sometimes it can be good to play in a neutral place. And when I told you about this candidate tournament in Georgia, I think it was 89 or 90, then it was actually two players, one from China and one from Yugoslavia, who won, even if there were more than, I think there were two, maybe three Georgian players who played, and who was also favorites. They were higher rated. So it's both ways. I think the most important is that when you play the match, you are in a place when you feel very happy. You can focus completely on the chess. And this is maybe easier to focus completely on the chess when you're not in your hometown, actually, or in your country. And
But also in terms of transportation, I mean, both in terms of costs, that there are some costs in the transportation between places, but also taking into account the fact that it could be annoying for the players to, in the middle of the match, having to travel to some other place. So more in terms of that, what do you think about that, the fact that...
it's preferable. Of course,
just play in one neutral place.
Yeah, it's preferred to play in one place. Yeah. But normally, when you have two players, their home countries are very eager to organize the match, to have them home. So it's logical that if you play in one place, it would, in first case, be in China or in Russia. But of course, no, I was very surprised. The last game they played was Sunday they played, and then they had this break. Only 3 days. Yeah. I was very surprised that it was not, one more day for that, because you are changing place, and to play chess takes a lot of energy. To play a world champion match, when it's so important, it takes enormous of energy. So this changing, this is not something easy to do.
Yeah, perhaps it's not ideal for the players.
No, it's not ideal. But I guess it was a little bit of compromise that both countries wanted to organize it, and they split it.
And what would happen, for instance, because Russia and China, well, geographically they're not that far from each other, but what would have happened if one player was, let's say, if they were from two different continents? Do you think that they would still have done this, or do you think that they would have played in just one place?
I think actually they were thinking of this, that because Russia is very big, and that they choose Vladivostok because it's not one way maybe to promote chess in Vladivostok, but also because it's, I would say, not so far away. But anyway, we see there are 2 hours difference of the start of play. Yeah. So it's still you have to adjust to it. So it's not easy. I don't think they would have played like, say, in Leningrad and in Shanghai. It would be such a big difference in time, and you needed to have more time to adjust if you move from one place to another.
But I was thinking even big. I mean, what about Argentina and China? Would they do that? I mean, because those are that's what I mean. If
I don't think
far away.
No, I don't think they would do that. No, not when it's so far away. I don't think so. And they're not so. There are normally not so many matches which has been divided like that. Most normal is that you have the whole match in one place. Then. She played d4.
She played d4, yeah.
Because this is why she was thinking. It's also, you make a pawn move. Pawn can go backwards. So and it's changing the structure again. But she had to decide if she does it now or maybe never, because rook h4 was coming, and then after that she would not be allowed to play it.
Yeah, so it was a now or never situation, and it became a now situation. So d4 was played, and well, I suppose that white does not want to take on d4.
No, I don't. In one way, you say you want to open the position for the bishop, but if you take on d4 and rook takes, I cannot see that. Why should black be worse in this position? You have this knight d5 square. Okay, I can go bishop e4 and change it, but you are dominating the d5, and I think it will be very equal if you take on d4.
What about rook h4?
Yeah, no, I take on e3, and okay. And first of all, the pawn on g3 will be hanging, but even not. Yes, let's say you take,
I'm just.
and now this is hanging, so I can take on g3. But even if it wasn't hanging, the pawn structure becomes so much weaker now than before. No, I take on g3.
Yeah, sorry, I just.
Yes.
It's a typo.
Mm-hmm. So, but just take on g3, and.
Yeah.
And you know, you can go rook a4, but I will just come back. I will just come back somewhere here now. Maybe, yes, maybe I play rook d7 in this position. Yeah, just to double my rooks. And now we see that the king is very good on a black square. This is typical. Your opponent has a white square bishop. I put my king on a black square. So with the king on c8, there would be some bishop f5. This move would not be possible. But the king is safe there, and maybe it might even go to a8 if you started taking.
And what happens if, for instance, something like queen b3?
Now I can go king a8. Even if I can go king a8 here if it's necessary, yes. So, no, yes. And I will go rook d8 afterwards.
Okay,
So
and it should just be fine.
Yes, you know, now when the d file is open, you cannot put both rooks on the a and b file. Yeah. You need to control d file also. So she has to play e4.
E4 was played.
But here and now she played g4 immediately.
G5, yeah.
Yes, sorry, g5 immediately, and but I was just wondering, because you cannot stop. You really cannot stop f4 from be playing. But maybe now if you go, because you can go queen d2 and f4. And then, yeah, I'm wondering. I just think that white will have an advantage here. That
what about queen a4?
No, to play here.
To play rook c4.
You want to play like this? No, I'm not sure I want. Okay, so you go queen a4.
I'm just saying because this rook here is kind of trapped on h8 to protect this h6 pawn. So I was just wondering how you would defend.
Yeah, no, I will go h5, actually.
After queen a4?
I will probably go h5, so my rook will be free to move. After queen a4, now I think I go h5. And there it is, rook c4. Now I go queen e5, perhaps. Queen e5, or I can go...
And I go here.
And now you go here. And
I'm just wondering how a position like this is.
Is this okay? Let's say that we go. No, but now you take on c5. You can.
You take on
c5. So you need to go maybe rook c1 first.
Okay, but then it becomes a bit too slow.
Yeah. You can go rook c1.
You can try it.
You can go rook c1, and now I go h4. I will play against your. I have also play here.
You're creating too many.
And if you take
threats here on the queen side.
And now so now my piece is becoming very active here. So. I don't know, because, you need to go queen a5, but if you go queen a5, I go queen c7. I want to change the queens. So then you can go queen a3, but then maybe I go knight d7 and knight d5. Rook, you can go rook b4, but then
rook d7.
Maybe rook...
but then the c6 pawn is hanging.
Yes, now the c6 pawn is hanging, so maybe queen a5 is not the... right square here. Yeah. Now you cannot take on g3 because queen takes c6. No.
But then in this position here.
Okay. Yeah. You can actually play this.
Because if queen c5, I want to play rook c1.
Yes, and queen e7, your rook takes c6. This you actually can play, and I go rook c8, and you go rook a6. Yeah, this is true. So you can play this. So maybe here you need to go rook. So h5 this was maybe too slow here. I want to see, can I go some knight d7 in this position?
And then I'll take on c6.
Yes, you take on c6. I wanted to take on c5. Yes, I take knight takes c5. Yes, let's try knight d7.
Or I can first play rook c1.
I will anyway. I will anyway take.
Okay, so let's just see this.
Oh, sorry.
And rook c1.
And rook c8. And now rook takes c5. Yeah, this doesn't work for black. Black is losing here, yeah, so because we have a mate here. So it doesn't work.
Wait, sorry, can you just show this? So
yes,
we can
rook
all
takes
see
c.
it?
Yes, because if you take back, there's a mate on b7.
But if you take here?
We take e5 and we have a piece up. Yeah. Yes, so this, yeah, you're right. This become very dangerous immediately. There's no time for this queen e5 and h5. So let's go back. So if you go now, queen a4, yes.
Yeah.
Let's say go queen a4. I need to defend here. So my queen is good here. I cannot go rook e8 because the pawn is hanging. And, so queen a4 looks like a good move. What to do here? Yes, because now you want to go rook c4. And you also have this idea, rook c4. Yeah, rook c4. And then you're coming to the queen side. So
that's what I want to do.
Yeah, I really want to go h5. Okay, let's try h5 and rook c4.
Oop.
Because
Queen
now
is not moving, the rook is moving.
Yes. And now you want to take my pawn here. Can I? Let's say, can I go some h4 move anyway?
You're going to go h4 here?
I want to see how this will be. If you take on d4, I will take on g3. Yes, I take on g3. If you go rook b4, I take on g3. Yeah, you can take, but I take back. You take, and probably I take on g3 here. This looks dangerous, no, doesn't it? Because I have both active pieces. This looks dangerous for you.
Yeah, it does look dangerous. Not gonna lie. It does look dangerous.
So I think we shouldn't allow this. Now go back. We shouldn't allow this with white. But after h4, we can play differently. So let's see. We take on h4. And I just want to see if I, yes, take with the pawn. I want to see if we can have some, yes.
Can we now take on d4?
Yeah, now you have a pawn more, and I go queen e5. This is my idea. Queen,
no.
Yes, I want to be very active here. So you need to take, or what can you do otherwise? Yeah, you need to take on d8. I take back, and now the bishop is hanging.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe, and the c4 pawn and c5 is also hanging.
c5 is also hanging. Everything is hanging, but
now I have queen d4 actually here, perhaps.
Can we just look at this?
Yeah, no, this is not so.
Queen d4. I want to take bishop a6.
Yeah, I can go rook d7. So and then you can take. Yeah, this is not. Let's see. Here, I'm wondering what you, but maybe now.
Okay, but can I now take on h4?
Yeah, but it's black to move here, so I was thinking
sorry.
what I will do. But now here looks very normal to play queen takes c5. And now if you take on h4, I will take on f2.
Yeah, but I was thinking if you play something more. Could you play rook c1? Is queen b6 coming then?
And yes, now queen b6 probably coming, but no, you take on f7. This is very long, this one. Probably queen d4 is you can go queen d4. If you go bishop a6, you go queen rook d7. So, and if you take on c6, I go queen d1 check, perhaps.
Queen d1 check?
I don't know. Yeah, take care. Yeah, but this looks very crazy what we are looking
at.
Yeah. So let's go back. But yeah, I'm just wondering after g5.
Queen d2 and knight d7 was played.
Queen d2, but I like very much your queen a4. Queen a4 is what I like. After queen a4, she would have played knight d7 anyway. This is the idea, yes. If the queen f4, this is what you wanted to play. If you take on d4, I have knight d5.
But can you play this?
No, now knight d5 is coming.
Oh, and then the bishop is hanging. Sorry.
So knight d7, that's why queen a4, she will go knight d7. And now we can go f4. This is her idea with g5. She cannot go f4 because it's
Hanging.
yeah, it's hanging. So that's why she didn't go queen a5. She went queen d2.
Alright, so there we have the explanation at least.
Now we got the answer here, yes.
Yeah. Alright.
So knight e7. And now the normal is to go, because knight e5 is coming, and then f4 is the logical play here, plan f4, and then you take and to take with the pawn. And then she will go f6, just to avoid that, I think so, that white will, white will put the pawn on e5.
What about rook g1? What about if we start our attack on the queen side instead?
Yes, but now we have c5 pawn. So we have
c5 pawn is hanging.
the c5 pawn is hanging.
Not yet.
So like this, the queen needs to, look.
What about this move, rook h5 then?
Rook h5, rook h5 looks nice. This move I like. So maybe f6 was not the right. I'm not sure if f6 was the right, but rook h5 looks like a very good move. I like this very much, because now we will play with the next rook to h1, and we will put pressure. And then we can play queen c1, and I have a queen c1, queen a5. No, queen c1 is not really what we want to do. So we will go queen h1, and maybe the next rook to h4, and then we will give space with a3, and we can play queen b4, something like that.
So you're just... You're really just tying up black's position.
I'm trying to do that. I just want to know what will happen, because black will play probably rook to g8, but he has also to look for the d4 pawn. Yeah, that's why I want to have a3 played. So, but maybe the king can also be safe on... Yeah, that's why I wanted a3 to be played, yes. But rook h5 I like very much, and then other rook to h1, and then perhaps h4 if you need to have f4 defended. But I guess the queen is very good in d2. So, but I had some plan to activate the queen to put pressure on d4. So,
but f4 was played. So that's what we were saying.
Yeah, she has to play. Knight e7, and now she play. Of course, she play f6 without
immediately.
Taking. Yes, of course, without taking. Yeah, that's the logical. Because there's no sense to open up the fifth line for white, or to open up the g line. So now she always can take on e5 when she wants. So yeah, this was logical that she wants to play. But now I'm wondering, and her idea is if you go rook c4, you're actually not threatened to take on c5, to take on d4, because c5 is hanging. So you need to go some, it's...
Okay, so what about here, rook c4?
Yeah, you can go rook c4. I'm not sure what black will be doing, but maybe...
Just to put some threats with the rook b4, or maybe to just, I don't know, to go somewhere else.
Yeah, the rook c4 is... rook 4 is that you're looking, you're attacking d4. You're going after the d4 pawn.
Like this.
Yes. And then after, I'm wondering, maybe the other rook should be on d1. Maybe the idea should be rook d1 and queen c1, perhaps.
That's, of course, another
bishop.
idea.
Yeah, it could. I'm not sure if the rook should be on d1 or c1. Normally it's good on h line, but if you are going to play here now against the d4 pawn...
I just cannot really see any opening here on the queen side.
No, and this is what was the idea of black. Black really wanted to stop white from pushing her pawns, to take more space in the center. And with the pawn on e4, this bishop is not so active. It would have been fantastic to play e5 if you were allowed to.
Well, has anything been played? No, f6 was the last move here.
Yes, and this is why black took her time before. She was looking forward, calculating how when she played d4, how is her plan, and this is why she had to take a lot of time for deciding if she will like this position. And then she surely had been looking at knight e7, and she realized she wants to go g5.
Yeah. So this is the current position. Well, Ju Wenjun only she has 30 minutes. There are 18 moves left before the time control. But Goryachkina has 54 minutes. So there is some difference in terms of time.
Yeah, no, it is. And that is an important factor, because maybe, they have to play 22 moves. 30 minutes is not that much, even if you get these
18 moves.
They played 18.
They are move 22.
There are 80 moves left. They have played 22. Yeah, there are 80 moves left before they get to the time control. And because, that's not that much time. Because sometimes you need to have this deep calculation, this deep understanding for the position. And then you need time. So in general, when you make your last move, it's always good to have, when you make your 40th move, it's good if you have some minutes left, actually.
Should not be on a few seconds.
No.
Like many people, me being one of them.
No, but it's very easy to not to handle the clock the right way.
And we are getting some comments saying that, well, in the chat, they cannot wait for story time with you. We had story time last time with Hans Niemann, and so there should be some story time with you as well with that. But you can always the audience can always request different stories or topics to talk about in the chat if they want to do that. If you don't have your own story that you're eager to tell and that you've been, waiting to tell, if there is any story like that.
I don't know. I've been playing so long, but maybe what story to tell?
No, you don't have to come up with something. If people want the story, then they will have to come up with a question or a topic to talk about. So that's the deal that we're gonna make. So, all right. Rook h5.
She played the same move anyway. Actually, she played the same.
Going to h5, no matter what.
No matter what. But here, I'm not sure about this move here, because how is she going to?
Well, she wants to play rook h1 and then take on g5.
I'm just wondering if her idea is to, I don't know.
Is that true?
What? Sorry, she wants
to play rook h1 and threaten to take on g5.
No, but she needs to defend c5 first. So
that's the problem.
Yeah, and if you go b4, I'm not sure. I want to go b4 here, but maybe b4. Yeah, maybe b4 is possible to play b4 and then rook h1, but you actually open up your position quite a lot with b4. But it can be played. So so she played it anyway. But here it's a K move. But it surprised me a little bit when the g5 pawn is still there. So because I'm wondering what is her next move. Because if she tries some idea like going e5, you take on g5, but after e5 you will only take on f4. So it's just not
possible.
Yeah, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good at all.
So we have a question. What was your most memorable game and why?
My most memorable game. That was in 1982. I played in Lloyds Bank Open in London. It was an open tournament. It was the first time I played there. I went together with Gunnar Johansson, who was a trainer
from
Sweden.
Yes.
And he came with me to some different tournaments, and in this tournament we both played. And so I started very well. And now she took. This was very surprising to me. And we take with the g-pawn. Because if you take with the queen, I will have this knight e5.
But now the rook on h5 is protecting c5. So now it's sort of freeing the c1 rook.
Yes, that's what I said. I like very much this rook h5 when they had taken f4. But she took now. This surprised me very much. And she plays quite quickly. So it's a little bit like she feels the pressure that she has used so much more time than white.
Yeah.
And she took this decision very quickly. And that surprised me because I think it just helps, it's helping black, yeah. Helping white, sorry. Helping white now. Because now the rook is really defending c5. So what is her plan with this?
But we had a proposal here in the chat of someone saying if white could play f3 and queen h2 to pressure h6 as well as defending f4 and having...
Yeah, you know, it could be. Yeah, it's possible this is her plan. F3 and queen h2.
I mean, it looks perhaps a bit strange, but it makes sense to put the queen in this h2 square as well.
Yeah, no, I think this was a very nice plan because it weakened a little bit the g3, but I kind of see that black can take advantage of it. So, yeah. So maybe this is why she was in a hurry to take on g5, and does she want to go some rook g8 here after? Yeah, yes, this is what she wants to do. After you're taken with the pawn, she will go rook g8 probably. Rook, yes, and now you go rook d g8, I think. And after rook h2, rook h1, you will go rook g4.
And black would be putting their own pressure on f4.
Exactly. And if we say...
but what if you take?
But I take queen take f4. I take with the rook, yes. And now we take queen take...
Queen takes f4.
Yeah, queen takes f4.
And then you don't...
No, we don't take it. Now we will be losing. We cannot take queen take h4. No, this is not possible.
Do you want to show why we're losing after queen takes f4?
Yes, I will show you. So you give it check. And now you see the queen a5 check.
Very nice.
So,
queen a5 here.
Yeah, so this is just, he's just winning. So after b6, we have this mate on a7. So,
Mate.
So it's not time for this. It's not time.
So I'm just wondering...
after rook e8, and if you take, can I play...
After rook... after take?
No, don't take.
Okay,
I want to see if I can play some slow move here. Can I go... But if I go rook e8, you can go rook h8, actually. So, and if... No, rook g8.
Oh, sorry, I heard rook. Rook g8.
So no, but what you do is you yes, no, and all yes. Also, you can go rook h7. It's a little bit annoying. This rook h7 or rook h8. Maybe rook h7 simply.
Yeah.
This is annoying for black, because black will be need to play a6 in some moment to have some space for the king. So, and then if you go rook g8, can we look at this move again? I just want to show. You go rook h1. And if you go rook g6 to defend the pawn, we have e5, so it doesn't work. And now finally the bishop is playing, yes.
Now the bishop is playing. Great.
Finally.
The right moment.
Yeah. No, this was very surprising, her decision to take on f4, yes.
So what to do after rook? I mean, okay, so rook g8 and rook h1, how should you defend how can you defend the pawn? Okay, can you just simply wait here just to take on c5 after? Yeah,
so maybe you go a6 here to give some space.
Just to have it as a waiting move. But then, of course, I mean, f6 is also hanging.
Yeah, but let's say that... knight takes c5. Do you really dare to take it? Yes, let's say to take on f6. But I think, let's say you take on f6.
No, I'm just wondering if it's possible. Because now I want to run with my two passed pawns. Okay, maybe not now, but at some point I want to do it.
But it looks like you have such... I'm wondering here what I want to... Maybe I go, let's say I go queen g7. Can I do that? You need to go some e5. And now... Yes, I take on d3. And I give check. Yes.
And you're taking on f2.
Yeah, I will take on f2. This looks very dangerous. Yes. Here I take. You will need to go queen d7.
Yeah, right. This looks dangerous.
Yeah, this is very dangerous. You have some. I have some d3 checking. Queen d2. I go d3 check. Queen c5. It looks dangerous. Yeah, very. So, so rook. Yeah, that's true. So next move will be queen h, knight f8. Ah, this is a plan.
She plays the knight on e6, probably, or g6.
Yeah, g6, I have e5. So her idea is to put the knight on... Ah, yes, this is her idea. Because now actually, the bishop would be very good on f5. So you take all the squares for the knight. But that is not possible. So it's not possible to move like that. Okay, then you will have d4 would not be blocked. But yeah, this is... So I guess, but I think she will go rook h1. Ah, no, sorry, knight e6. And now rook h4, this is what I was thinking of. But now she goes queen e7. But is it a threat to take? Yeah. But then we have maybe, we have queen b4. But queen b4 is not really a move, such a move, because we have b6. Queen b4 is not a move. Because I can go b6 and I just take on c5.
Oh, you don't mind that?
Yeah, because it is a pin. So... yeah, so she's playing well with her knight here, and this is true. She needs to play against white's weakness.
But after b6, can't you play queen a4?
Yeah, but I go knight takes c5.
And I take. Oh, and then you're sorry the.
Yeah, the bishop is here.
Okay, no, sorry, this is not possible.
No, so it's yeah. It's not so easy. So white will be need to go.
Yeah.
White need to go b4 in some moment. I think this will be the only way, actually, to defend. But this is, yeah. I think she will need to go, but not now. Now first you need to go rook h1, rook h4. I think you have to go rook h1, rook h4. So let's see, rook h1, knight e6, and rook h4.
Okay, so black needs to play something. So knight e6 after b4.
Ah, after b4, yes. And now I can also go rook f5. Yeah, here I need to go rook f5 because you cannot allow f5, knight f4. So, but this looks a little bit funny.
Yeah, now the rook is. Okay, I think we need to take a little short break.
Yeah, we should take a break
before we proceed. But once again, we'll leave the position on, and then you can continue watching the game. And well, right now Goryachkina has quite a lot of time left. She has 50 minutes, so 50 minutes left. So she could be thinking here now, because now, I mean, this knight f8 was quite interesting, but she needs to think about what to where to place it.
I think she could play just f5 now. F5 and next move to
really
f4.
Giving the e5 square. Oh, okay, but then you can play f4.
And you see that this double point. Yeah, f5 looks very logical. And then knight e7, you will go f4. So I don't know if she will try to go some queen e7 first. But there is also this h6 pawn hanging. Yeah, maybe you can take it, or maybe, yes, take. But
yeah, this looks very interesting, as once again the h6 pawn is threatening.
Maybe you can do that, but then she have in there knight e7. So I'm not sure you want to take it immediately. If you take, I go knight e7, but then I have, yeah. Okay,
so you will finish your story as well when we get back. Because you never finished your story.
Yes, no, I will
a move was played, and then it was we started looking at the chess. So we will be back very soon, continuing commentating the game. And yeah, don't leave. We will be back very soon. Thank you. We are back now from the break, and a few moves have been played since we left. Only a few moves, but let's see. F5 was played here.
Yeah, and the idea is, of course, to take away the square e6 for the knight. So now the knight doesn't have any way to come forward more than to go back. No? The knight is 7, knight.
Yeah.
Yes. So, and so this was also very expected.
Yeah, this is what we're looking at now. Queen G7.
Yeah, and now she played Queen F4 check. This surprised me, this move. My plan was actually now, first I want to say, if you go rook H1, this is just a little bit then you go knight to7. And this is because now you're kicking C5, but you're also planning to go knight E5. So now you become very active.
Yeah, so this is what Black was hoping for.
Yeah, this is what Black was hoping for. I think so, yes. Then, of course, you have to calculate what happens if you take, but you take probably on E5. And, then if you take on H6...
What are you thinking?
If you take rook take H6, we can see this is... And you take, queen takes... Queen takes. I can just show this. No, you must change the queen. Sorry. So, and you take on C5, you go king C2, you need to have this blockade.
Yeah.
And then probably you go rook... here you go. Yeah, maybe this is... Now maybe you just go rook d7 back, simply. Or knight d7 back, do you go? Or rook f8. You go simply rook f8 here, I think so. Rook f8.
Rook f8.
So I think this is what you do, actually. And now the plan is to play with the king. But even this, now the plan is to play king d7 and to come with the king. So, no, in this position, maybe So, but this was very far. But let's see. So this is one of the plans. And now she made... I was thinking, can you go back instead of queen f4, which was played?
Yeah, another thing is a lot of people are saying that f5 allowed this e5 square for Black, but then of course we're always saying that White would play f4 at some point.
Yes.
To take away both the g5 and the e5 squares. So this f5 move followed by f4 wouldn't really be giving Black the e5 square. Here for the knight.
So I was thinking, but this is, can you go back? She played a check, and I was thinking if you can go f4. What I wanted, and yes, the idea is to go rook h1, and then maybe if necessary. Oh no, the idea is actually to go queen h2, okay, queen h2, and maybe sometimes you have rook g1. But the problem is that you're leaving a little bit the queen side. So when you play this, Black will play queen e7 and knight e7 to put pressure on c5. And if you go b4, probably b6, and the b4 is hanging. So she's playing this check instead. She doesn't want to play f4. So also if Black played queen g3, can I just show this plan?
Yeah.
Queen e3. My plan was rook h1. I just want to show it. Queen e3, queen e3. But then you take and king c7, and you will it's king c2, and after knight e7 b4, you will be completely fine, and you will win and after rook g8, maybe this is not
which rook?
This probably not that rook d8, maybe yes, rook h.
Can we not take?
Yeah, probably you can take. Yes, yes, you can take.
Wait, sorry.
Check. Yeah. So this is not. So this was little plans I had also, but we can go back and see what you played instead. I think this should be...
What about, a move like this?
I am not sure you have to... probably you will have to defend. If you go here... now in E2 you need... E2...
okay, so maybe it could become...
this is dangerous actually, because how will it be? We'll have a pawn up, or we'll have a square. Yes, now E2 you go rook H1, rook F... Yes, E2 you go rook H1. And then you go...
Will this be lost, this pawn?
Okay,
play rook f2?
It will be lost, and rook e1.
Yeah. All right. Let's go back.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do the check. And now, after the check, I am expecting king c8, but you can see
King A8.
she played king a8. This surprised me a little bit.
You're saying this after every move.
After every move, yeah. So I have
Everything is surprising you.
I have another way of thinking. Yes, and the idea for me to go king c8, the king is weaker on c8. But my idea to put the king on c8 is just to avoid. For example, if I go rook h1 now, let's see. I wanted to go knight e7. This was my plan, and this was my plan. But and then if you take, and also you will not be mate on the last rank. And if you take on h6, because knight c5 is hanging. If you go b4, I go knight e5. And then you need to go king c2, but then you have king. Let's see, this is not possible. b4 knight e5. After king c2, I have queen f7, so it's not possible to play this. Right. So, and if you then and the difference is now after king a8.
After king a8.
Yes, what happened in the game? She played this. If I now go rook h1. Knight e7. Oh, it's the same. You have rook c8. Sorry, it's exactly the same. Yes.
After.
Yes. No, my idea was rook c8, rook h1, knight e7, queen c7. But you knight e7. Now you just go rook c8. I know it doesn't. Yeah.
Can you play? No, you can't.
Yes, queen c7. I want to see.
But then there is rook c8.
Yes, and then I want to take on h6. I want to take on h6. Can you take on h6? It's no mate. Yeah, you just play. You just take it. You just play knight b. You just take on the queen, check, and knight b8, and there's no problem.
So rook takes h6. Let's just go through this so everyone can see.
Yeah, it doesn't work. Rook takes c7, and you take here, and now we have knight b8. And now we see this is, it's not enough here.
No.
It's just losing.
Yeah. Okay.
So go back. But then, she thought the king is safer here. So she played queen h2, and now
queen h2 and knight d7.
Knight d7. Yes.
But before we go through this, we're getting also a lot of questions about why queen c7 wasn't played here.
Queen c7. Then she go. Probably she will go. Queen c7 here. I think she will go queen h4. Yes, she will go queen h4. Now it's very strong threat to take on f6. So you need to go knight e7. And now we take on h6 probably. Yes, you take and take. And I don't know. Yeah, because queen f5, then I have queen f4 check, perhaps. Yes. So,
and if knight e5?
Yeah, if you go knight, you can go knight e5. I go queen d2. This was my plan. My plan was to come back here.
You're coming back, but you're getting the pawn.
Sorry? Yeah, and I won a pawn. Yeah, this was my plan. Queen d2. And then but then, my plan is to play f4 somehow, but not yet. Not yet, because you need the pawn to be defended. So it's not the plan now. But even here, black has some activity here, actually. So it's not so... Yeah. But it's very... Yeah, this queen d2 move is good because also you allow... You are... I think it's good because you defend the bishop, but there are also no queen a5. I don't know. It could have been annoying, yeah. So... So, because this is what you want to do. You want to change this good knight on e5 for the piece, and then you play this end game with queen and rook against queen and rook, and you have these massive pawns on the court.
Anyway, f4 was played here, and
now she played f4. Yeah, this is logical. So she, instead of going f4 queen h2, she went this way, so the king was more more far away, yeah. Actually, yeah. So this looks, yeah, and the way, and she played this way also because she didn't want to allow Queen G3. This was a more forceful way to play.
So now she is getting, instead of, it was, a little bit of money over because we were thinking simply F4 and Queen H2, but she played Queen F4, Queen H2, and F4, so sort of like a triangle.
Yeah, like a triangle, yes. And it was a better way. It took away some possibilities for black playing like that. So, and now the king is on A8. The king is in general is not better there. It's actually a little more far away from the center. So it has been the better way for white to play.
It's an idea to play B4.
If you go Queen E7 now, you will, I think you will need to play B4.
And is
but I'm not sure.
B6 not a possibility then?
Yeah, so maybe Queen E7. Maybe yes, we take the pawn. I want to see this position. Yes, I'm wondering. Yes, take and knight takes C5. How is this position? This is what I'm wondering. Yeah, yes. Now you take on C5, and yeah.
You don't want to give the exchange, right?
Yeah, no, this is what I'm looking at. I think you have to, if you play this, you have to give the exchange. This is, otherwise, this is just bad for white. I guess so, because you're taking on E4 also. So I was wondering about this position. How could this be?
Yeah. So we have two extra pawns here. Oh, we don't. We have one extra.
You have only one extra pawn.
We only have one, sorry. I thought we had two. Okay.
Yeah, it would be different. If we had a pawn on C2, this would be very fine for white, because you don't have, I think it would be, you have free pass.
Protecting the bishop and...
But now let's say you go Rook G8, we have to go A3. This is a little bit, I don't know what will happen. Rook E8.
Yeah, this could be dangerous.
It could be dangerous, but I'm wondering from Rook A3, you will go A6 to give some air, and you start playing with it.
Let's play this.
Yeah, we need to play this. And then maybe we just play A6 just to have some air also for the black king. And now, I don't know. I think, just threatening to go Rook G2 and to play against B2. It looks like, it looks dangerous, this, and then Queen B4, Queen B6, yes.
Yeah. Anyway,
let's go back.
You don't have to give an exchange, but then that position isn't so good for white taking on H6.
No, then it's not so good. So, yeah. So what will she play here?
Yeah. So once again, if you have some problems knowing when the board is live or when the board is not live, if the squares are this dark green color, then this is the live board. This is the current position of the game. And then, for instance, we can see here, let's just play a move. Then here we can see that this is the analysis board. The green becomes lighter, just so that you can see the difference. So what should black play here?
No, it's white to move here.
No, it's black to move.
I should
F4 was played.
F4 was played. No, I think Queen E7. The Queen E7 is what the move I like to do. I think this is just, and then you will play. And also, if you want, you can wait one move, actually. You can go, let's say, go back, Queen D7. We can play maybe A6.
Just to never have those problems on
the... Yes. And now,
yeah.
A6, because A5 we kind of go because of Queen D2, and yeah, it will pick up the pawn.
But I was thinking if after A6 we could now play B4. I mean, after Queen E7 we could play B4 because now there isn't B6 as A6 is hanging. A lot of times. Maybe.
Yeah, that's true. So maybe you don't want to play this A6. Yeah, this A6 is not...
I was just wondering if you could play now B4.
Yeah. Yeah, but now we go Rook D G8 probably. If we go Rook H8, we have Queen G3 here. The next move will be Queen G3.
Queen g3.
This is the next move here now. Or queen g2. But rook h1, we go queen g3, absolutely. So, yeah, we can see now that the white has been thinking a lot. So, in this, yeah, we would like to change the queen. We would like
As black.
As white. Why
Oh, as white, okay.
Black wants to enter. Black wants activity because of the weaknesses of h6. This is going to fall. So black needs to create some counterplay. So this is why I want to go.
But bishop c4 here.
Yeah, bishop c4 is fine. Yeah, then but okay, rook e8, knight, bishop e6. No, this is not possible. Yeah, this is not possible. This looks very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot play it. So this a6 was a very slow move. It's not. And why? What did I say? Queen is 7.
No, we didn't really say anything after queen e7. We just finished the analysis. But
yeah, queen e7 looks so logical to play here. Yeah, but then you have to evaluate the next position.
Okay, but if b4 here, let's just look at it.
And we go b6 now.
b6. Can we just... Is it horrible to take on b6?
Okay, I will take on b4.
I'm just wondering. Wait, can you play queen g2 now?
Yeah, you can play that, and we will take. And how is this? And this is, yeah, this is good for, this looks good for, this looks good for white. This looks good for white, yes. Because we get our exchange, we threaten take on c6. So if you go c5, we will, yeah, I guess if you go c5, we will take, yeah, we take on a7. Yeah, we have to take on a7. Let's see how is this position. And don't take back. What will we play here now? But now we have this plan, bishop b5, or bishop c4, bishop d5, or bishop b5,
but I
bishop
mean,
6.
for instance, a king here, a bishop here, and the rook here.
Yes, it could be, yeah, the bishop. And so maybe you need to play king take a7, actually. You need to. And now, yeah, I was wondering here.
So yeah, this is not the position, we're just analyzing this.
This is just some analysis here. And now maybe the rook on h5, I don't know if it needs to come back somehow. But now maybe bishop c4, bishop e6 looks very,
Bishop e3. Or
yeah.
bishop e6. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm planning to, my next move is bishop e6
Okay,
here.
bishop e6, yeah.
Because in that way it's very active. You can't play rook g8. You cannot take the e4 pawn. And maybe sometimes I could take on d5 and take on c5 perhaps. But in general, I just want the bishops to stay there. Yeah. It's just very, very strong here. Okay, knight b6, I don't know. Let's see. Bishop e6, you have a little check. Maybe is that annoying? Bishop e6, you have a check and knight c3. But I guess we go king a1. Or, yeah, I guess king a1. Or maybe king b3, king c4. Maybe king b3 is the normal move. I'm not sure, because I want to, yes. And then after knight c3, we have e5.
Well,
but this is very, very long.
This is very long. Let's see what was played. Queen a8 was played.
Queen f8, so it's the same idea. But she preferred to also defend the h6 pawn. Yeah, maybe this is more logical, yes, it could be. And now, I guess she will go, queen c2.
She went b4. The move has already been played.
She played b4.
Yeah.
She played it, immediately. And here again, now we can see that Ju Wenjun, she needs a lot of time for every move she makes. And she's down to 11 minutes. And she played 28 moves. There's still 12 to go. And it's such a...
sharp position.
Yeah, it's becoming sharp now because, she has to take some difficult decision. Is it right to open up on the queen side with b6 or not? The pawn on the pawn on c6 will be hanging. can she start with rook c8? Is that an idea? Because yeah, maybe she can start with rook c8. But after rook c8 we have bishop c4, so this is not so good move. And then bishop e6. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's possible. I was wondering here, let's say that you go b6. No, not in this position, in the other one. If
b6, but then we would get the same...
this is what we were looking at.
This is what we were looking at.
Yeah, but I was wondering if there is some possibility not to take. I was wondering if, but it looks very crazy, but I wanted to see if there was one possible to go bishop c4 and bishop e6, but it looks very crazy. So, I don't know. Maybe she can go king a1 here. I'm just wondering. Just to put the king safer.
Okay.
And then if you take on c5, I take back with the pawn. And my idea is if you go knight takes c5, I want to go queen c2.
Queen c2.
And
do you now have the idea if white takes here, do you have the idea of taking on c6 or not?
Yes, this is my idea, absolutely. Let's see. So here, check, king b8. And now I guess rook b1. Yes, I guess we go rook b1. Yeah, rook b1 is fine. Knight b4, queen b5. And if you go back, queen a8, we will... Why did I play the last move? Maybe just in this, maybe we go a3 here. Can we go just a3 here? And then if you go rook c8, then I go check and I take on b4. And I have queen d5 after. This is becoming dangerous, yeah. For who? No, yeah, it's true. So now if you go rook c8, I go queen b5 check. And I take on b4 with the rook.
Sorry, you cannot play this.
Yes, you can play this.
The idea that if you take on b4, you take...
Yes, but I think in this position it will be, yeah, you will have the queen against two rooks, but you get so many pawns. So we can look at this, rook take b4. Yes, I go rook h1. So let me take king up. Maybe you go rook d8.
Yeah, this is just the position.
And I take queen take f6. And I want to hide behind the b4 pawn in my king.
Yeah.
So this looks like winning. Yeah, this must be good. You have this massive pawn, and at least you have one pawn to hide behind.
Okay.
So
this is the last position.
This is the last position, yes. So it was clear that white, you had to go b4. Otherwise, there was no sense to put the queen on the king side.
Yeah.
So,
but black is quite tied up here, it feels like.
Yeah, and this is the idea. You see, we can see this knight. The knight has no square to go to. It's just, and you have this weakness on h6. And actually, to take the pawn is maybe, okay, you take a pawn, but when you take the pawn, you are entering black's position. That's the main thing, because this pawn is not doing so much. And
the h6 pawn.
Yeah, it doesn't do anything because you have your heavy pieces in front of it. And then if you have also this idea of going e5, e6. After b6, maybe you go e5.
Oh, with the idea that if you take on c5, you can play e6?
Yeah, you can play e6. It could also be an idea, just to... but then I think b6, e5, you take on c5, e6, we have maybe... I wanted to see...
c4?
If you go c4, I will go bishop e4, probably.
So what do you want to play?
I'm not sure what I want to play here, actually. I'm not sure. But I guess c4, knight b6, yeah. I guess you go, let's say you go c4. Yeah, you have to go c4 here. Otherwise, I will just play rook takes c5. Okay, you can go knight b6. Yeah, you can go knight b6. But I'm wondering, yeah, knight b6 you can go here also. And then the idea is to go knight a5.
Just...
Hmm?
I was looking, you could play queen d2 before.
Yeah, what moment?
Here, to play queen g2 here.
Yeah.
This is what I was looking at.
Rook c8.
There are so many moves here.
There's so many. Now you can go e6.
Bishop e4 even.
Yeah. No, it looks like...
This is just...
It looks like, yes, very good for...
b6? Oh! This is the move! This is the position!
This is the game, yeah. So
this is the game!
Yeah, they play this e5. But, this looks good for white.
This looks incredibly good for white.
Yes, because it's like that. White has so many positional advantages. You have lots of space. You have this massive pawn center with the double f pawn and the e pawn, and black was cramped. There was no way for the knight to enter. This is the only way for the knight to become active. But the question is which king will be weakest, the black one or the white one? So, and now she took. And now in this position again, now it's not, if you take c5 here, now this is not exactly the same. She can take back with a knight, I think, here.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, let's say you play b takes c5. This is what I want talking about.
But we were looking at e6 and queen g2 in this position.
Yes, I think e6 is a better move here. Yes, I think so. I think e6 is the most logical move to play. Or queen g2, yeah. So I guess to take back on c5 is not what you want to do. Queen g2, she played queen h1. She didn't want to be kicked by a rook. I think that's the only reason why she go h1. And maybe she wanted to have some rook h2, rook b2 coming. So she can activate it to the rook on the king side, queen side.
So the queen could be slightly better than on h1 than on g2 then.
Yes. Now this looks very...
How is this even holding?
I think it's not holding. I think this is just...
Lost.
I think this is just very... she went knight b5.
Quite quickly.
But now we go rook takes c5. And after rook takes c5, we have all the advantages. We are keeping control of the position. We have a weakness. We have, h6, f6, and c6 to attack. We have pass pawn on e5. We have a bishop who's playing on all over the board. It's after rook takes c5. I don't see what can she play here. It looks like, okay, maybe she wants to try some, I don't know, some activity somewhere, but where? I'm not sure. Because now we will also play bishop e4, and we're going after c6. So this looks just overwhelming for white.
Can you play b5 here?
Yeah, you can play b5 if you want. Yeah, you can also play b5. Yes. And then, b5 you can also play. I really don't know what to do.
This, wow.
b5, b5 is also, I guess, is also a possibility here.
Incredible. And also with the time advantage.
Yes. Now this looks very difficult for white, for black, And now she's thinking, because she has
so many ways to win.
Yeah, she has more than one way to continue here.
Yeah.
And then, but so that's why she take her time, but she also has time. So, this is it's something. She has played well here. She has played against black's plan to try to take back. She wasn't scared to go b4. She saw that it actually black who will have to open her king side, and her king will become weaker than white's. Yeah. So
wow.
Yeah, wow. So she's really under extreme pressure here, black, Ju Wenjun, and I don't know if she will manage to hold this. So what, yeah, she can go b5 or rook takes c5. What would I would probably play rook takes c5. But
what is the idea though with rook takes c5?
that is just to take back, and I just take back the pawn and to say, you know, you don't have anything you can play. But okay, because, okay, if you go rook g8, I will take on h6. Maybe, yeah, this is, but yeah, but then you go rook g1 check, so maybe you can go rook g8. Your plan is to go rook g3 to activate here.
Rook g1 check?
Yes, let's see. What I wanted to go was this, rook g8.
Yes.
And if you take on h6, my idea was to go rook g1 check.
Okay.
So this is my idea. So, and if you take, I will take queen take h6. I'm just trying to create some activity because you have opened up your king side. And now I take the rook on h6. So this is just, but and if you go queen f2, I will, yeah, queen f2 looks logical. I don't know what.
Bishop e4 was played.
She played bishop e4 instead. Yeah. Yeah, so her idea is absolutely love rook c8. She will go b5 if she defends this. And so.
Wow, very nice. Definitely.
Yeah, this is very, yeah, this is also, it looks very good here. I really don't know what she should do.
Incredible.
So,
Wow. Do you want to go through a bit about Goryachkina, who she is as a player?
Goryachkina. Okay, now she is the highest rated Russian player. She is number 4 on the women's rating list after Hu Yifan, Ju Wenjun, the world champion who is playing here in the match, and Hampi Connery. She is 21 years old. She is the big new star coming up here. It was just a little bit lucky that she could play the candidate, that she could qualify for this world champion match. She was the reserve players for the candidate. Her rating was not high enough to take one of the normal places. So, but what happened was that Hu Yifan, the highest rated woman in the world, decided not to play in the candidate tournament. Hu Yifan has decided now for some time not to play in women's tournament, and actually she's not so active. She's studying, and that was the why that Goryachkina could enter the candidate tournament. And then what she did, she won it. She won it so convincingly with 2 rounds to spare. She was already the winner. And someone asked her if she would have been satisfied to be number 2 in the candidate before the candidate started, if that would have been fine to know I will be number 2. But then she said, no, if there's only one spot for playing the world champion or for qualifying in the world champion cycle, that's the only thing that's count. I want to win. And that's what she did. She won it. And here we see that she's playing against the world champion, and she's putting enormous pressure on the world champion. It looks like she's going to win this game.
And let's go back to the game then. So bishop e4 was the move played by white, and rook h7.
Rook h7. And now I guess, yeah, the idea is after b5 you have rook b7. So this is her idea now.
Yeah.
To play. But I think, yes, now I don't know if I just take on c6 twice, or I can start with rook takes c5 if I want. There is so but I can take on c6 twice, and then I don't know, I guess she go rook b7, and then I take on c5. How can she rook b7, and I play rook takes c5? Is the d3 pawn somehow running? Is that what she wants to do? The d3? No, I go just rook b5 then.
But aren't all pawns hanging here in this position?
Yes, there are lots of pawns hanging here, yes. So, because now if you want to try to activate somehow, because we can see the rook on b7 is pinned, so there's no rook b7, rook b4 going to be played. Okay, you can go rook king b8. Yeah, there's king b8 is logical, but we defend the pawn here. I go a3, I guess. Or maybe I go rook b5 even
But
also.
is this really the easiest way to win? I mean, because or what do you think?
You know, what do we have? We have a pawn up, but we have this massive pawn center. So it's almost like we're having 2 pawns up because the h6 pawn is not doing much. And okay, you can go d3 here, but no, d3, let's see. So yeah, maybe this is maybe not the...
No, I'm just wondering if this is really the easiest way for...
No, this is not the easiest way.
So maybe we should find an easier way.
Yeah, we should find something better. So
There's
rook
more
h,
forcing.
yeah, rook h7 was perhaps a good way to play. But then, yeah, I'm wondering if we can, what can we do here? Can we go, after b5, she wants to go rook b7, I assume. Yes. I was thinking we can make some slow move here.
Yeah, b5 here maybe would have been better.
b5 is possible, it was better, yes, to go b5 directly. And I don't really know what it was the problem with b5 here. This is more I actually liked more, because if you go some, yeah, I don't know why she didn't like to play this move.
Because this just looks...
Yeah, maybe she wanted to put a blocker on c7, but yeah, I don't know, rook c8, you take on c6, and you go rook c7. Maybe this was some idea, but then you
Where did you want to go now?
Now, if you go rook c8, let's see, and you take on c6 with a pawn.
Rook c7.
Rook c7. And now you go queen d5, probably, yes, and you will take on c5.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here you're keeping, yeah, no, I like this move more. I like b5 more than what happened in the game, because I like this bishop to stay there. You're keeping the blocker, and yeah, there's...
Imagine if you could play takes rook b5 and go here.
Yeah, this is things you want to
then
do.
It's mate.
Yeah, rook and it's mate, or you're starting to threaten mate afterwards also on a7.
Yeah.
So this is what you're planning.
So...
Yeah, I would have liked b5 more. But let's see what happened. She played bishop e4 and now rook h7, yes. Which I think was a good move, rook h7. This rook is not playing, and so she gets another defender, another piece in front of the king. So,
rook c5 and rook b7 was played.
Yes. But this is a little bit tricky now here, because now she threatened, yeah. So now she needs to go, you cannot go a3 because her queen takes c5.
Yes, now she's threatening on c5.
Yes. And so she, okay, yes, I'm not sure. So I guess she has to go queen c1 in this position.
Take here?
If you take here, no, if you take here, if you take here, yes, of course, you can take here. Sorry.
If you take c5, there is a mate.
Yeah, there's a mate. No, of course. Bishop takes c6. I forgot this. So this is what she will play. But then we have this position we saw before. You take with the queen, and I guess you go king b8 here. And in this position, maybe you should go. I'm not sure what's the best move here. Maybe rook b5 to defend some. Yes, rook b5 we go. I like rook b5 here. And the point is now you can go rook d7. I just grab the rook on d7.
Precisely. Wait, you don't go there. You grab the rook on d7. Sorry.
Yeah, we grab it. Yes. So after, because you want to. Let's see. Can you go back? After. Yeah. So this is true. Bishop takes c6. This is fine. This is good move. Yes, this is good still, and you need to take it. So so she takes and you take, and now because I don't know if you go d3, rook. Yeah, she can go d3, and now queen f7. And now if you go e6, we have this d2. Yeah, we are e6, we have d2. But this, you know, rook h1, I'm wondering what will happen here. This is a little bit a funny position. Yeah, let's go rook h1. Because now if you take a queen, I just change. And I go king c2 here. So this is just winning, no? Or because you threaten both the...
Then there's mate.
Then it's mate, yeah, there is mate. So the queen needs to be there, yeah. So I like this rook b5. I don't know, rook b5, yes. It looks fine, yes. It looks good for white. But I think rook b5 is because you really want to... yeah, she's thinking here.
She's thinking here.
But otherwise, I don't know. Otherwise, you need to go some king a1 if you don't take on c6. But I don't see why shouldn't you take on c6 here. This...
It looks very natural to do so, at least.
This looks very natural. Now you need to... Okay, you get rook d7. No, I don't think rook d7 could be your move here. Rook d7, maybe we just... No, it doesn't look like a move. So maybe... No, don't... yeah, you can take... but I thought you can also go e6. This is what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go e6.
Yeah, maybe that's better.
I will start with e6, perhaps, yeah. Why not go e6?
After rook d7.
E6. And if you take on c5, I take twice on b7, so it doesn't work either. So here, yeah, we take on b7 two times. So, and another one with the queen. So,
So how are you taking another?
And now we take the queen.
Sorry,
So,
the queen.
So
Yeah.
So let's go.
She's thinking here.
Yeah, but you know she still has 19 minutes. But if she doesn't take on c6, then I don't know. Then I only see king a1 or queen c1. There's king a1 you can play. She can play this king a1. Yeah, absolutely. And the idea if you take on b4,
Take.
we will I guess we will then we will take with the bishop here, take, yes, and we take with the queen check. I guess here you will go, because if you go king, let's say you go king b8, then I just like to take on h6 here. Instead of giving some checks, just to take on h6.
Can I ask, is this possible?
Yeah, e6 is also absolutely possible. There's so much. But after e6, now I will go queen g7. So maybe this is why we should give the check first, actually, not to allow these things. So,
and then there is a threat here as well.
Yeah, now there are some threats. It's the same after taking h6 also. So, but but she took on c6. This was, no, this is just analyzed.
Yeah, this is just analyzed. So bishop takes c6, knight takes c6, queen takes c6, and d3 was played.
She played d3. And now, after rook b5, I don't know what after rook b5, what is she going to do here? Now she has to defend. She wants to go queen g7, perhaps. Okay, queen g7. And now...
Getting a question here if I have my own channel. And no, I do actually. So it's on Twitch. It's Anna Cramling, but I haven't uploaded any videos yet. So if you want to, either subscribe or simply follow the channel so that you get a notification when I do upload my first video, which will be very soon. But could be a surprise. But it will be very soon. Then you can follow my Twitch channel, which is Anna Cramling on Twitch.
Queen e7 and so rook b5.
This is what we were looking at, rook b5.
So, and if you go rook, if you go rook d7, let's see, Now she can go rook d7, yes. And yeah, maybe that's the logical way to play. And let's say, but then we go e6, you have rook c7, yeah. You know, now you can see that rook on h6 is actually out of play here. So, but the normal here would be to go rook h1, I think. I think that's just the normal plan here, rook h1. We need to activate this. But then maybe, yeah, you go d2. Let's say you go d2.
But now she's getting some counterplay.
She's getting some counterplay here.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely, she does. Sometimes they could be, because now, yeah, let's say like you go like this, but now I take on e5. I take the pawn on e5. And now
You even want to grab some pawns here.
yeah, and I will take a queen take f5 after, and then queen take e5. So something is going wrong here now. Okay, maybe here you can go, maybe you can go some f6, but it's not.
Rook b8.
Yeah, this was very funny for me. She just stayed with only with one active piece here. I would have gone rook d7.
This looks quite strange.
Yeah, but okay, Daddy, if you go rook h3 now, I will go queen d8. But then I have rook d5. So it doesn't really work. So now I like rook h3. It looks very logical.
Yeah.
And now maybe she wants to take on e5. So, yeah, she wants to take on e5. And, yeah, this is getting a little bit. So maybe rook h3 is not right. Can we look at the position?
This is the position.
Yeah.
And yes, of course, Pia will come to my channel sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, of course, I will do that.
Good that you agreed on that. I hadn't asked you. I was hoping you'd say yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Of course. So now her idea is to
Someone is proposing e6.
yes, e6, and now you need to get maybe queen g8. Yes, I don't know, queen e8. We have e7. Yeah, queen e8. We go g7. No, queen g8.
Can you play d2 or can you not?
Yeah, you can play d2. D2, and now of course if you go queen c2, king c2, we have rook c8 because it's pinned.
Yeah.
So you need to go rook h1. You need to go rook h1 and now try to, but I don't know how she's going to activate her pieces here. I'm not sure. So, because this queen is so tremendous on the long diagonal, the white queen, because now black is actually only playing with the d pawn and the queen. There is no other pieces to play with. So,
But what about if?
yeah, if you want. Okay, you go queen d8. I go rook d1. First, I go rook d1. And then you go queen d5 check. Okay, so let's say queen d8. I go rook d5 because of the pin.
And there isn't any. Oh no, of course there isn't any. Check.
And yeah. If you go queen c5, queen c7, I will change. And you take back, and I probably
A3.
and I go a3, and next move I will take on d2.
And this is just winning.
Yeah, this is just winning. So no, she plays 7d. No, this is our analysis. Yes.
Yeah, this is our analysis. So, e6 was played here.
Yeah, e6 is a good move. It's a very good move.
Yeah, so this is what we were looking at.
Yeah, she's keeping control of everything, taking away the counterplay, and the pawn is one step more further on to the last line. So now this is a good move, and There's only, I was very surprised that she wanted to play with that rook. I would have preferred, no, the reason why, rook d7, she could have gone d2 here. Now I know why she didn't play that, because it would have been e6 again. I think we were looking at that before.
If rook d7 before.
Yeah, rook d7 here. I think we go e6. Let's see, d2. Let's see, d2. Rook h1. It take a queen. We take, and we go king c2. And now we both threaten take the rook and we threaten mate. So the only way is to, I don't know how you defend.
I don't think there is a way to defend.
No, there's no way to defend, and you just take on b7. So it would have been the same. And if the rook moves, you go queen d5. Yeah, this is a completely domination of the position for white.
Incredible. Incredible. And Ju Wenjun is thinking now with only 9 minutes left. But okay, she only has 3 moves to play, but she needs to find a way here to defend.
Yeah, but I cannot see, because now finally white will, because of this queen. If she tries anything on the d line, we have rook d5, and these two rooks on b line, they're not doing anything. So she's really in problems here. So it's this is just the lost position for her. So every time with white, Goryachkina is creating lots of play. She's creating lots of problems for her opponent, and sometimes she has overcome them, but sometimes, like today, it looks like it has been too difficult for her. Yes.
But okay, I mean, I was thinking if the rook was on d7, then at least perhaps the rook could go to c7. I mean, here the rook is very tied up on b8.
Yeah, she could have done that, but then you would have played queen d5, so it would still have been this pinned. But then you could have gone king b8. You would change and you will go a. Yeah, that would have been better. Yes, that would absolutely been better, because the rook is more active. But also, like this, you have no way to get out of the pin. At least before you had the idea of king b8. So rook b8 was very, I think that was the worst of these two possibilities. Yeah. But it's a typical, you're under pressure, you don't have so much time.
And this would be crucial in the match. I mean, you would be really giving Goryachkina an advantage in the match if she won this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And then after this game, there's only 4 games to go. And Ju Wenjun cannot play so quietly as she has done with white the last games. So it will definitely put pressure on her to create more. And when you start to try to play for a win, sometimes you open up more. So it's always a bigger danger of losing too. And also it's very psychological, it's difficult to play when you have lost a game.
Could queen c8 be a move?
Yeah, you can do, but we change everything. We take on c8. We take on b7. If you go, you must take back. And now I think we have.
Just take.
No, we shouldn't take, because if we should go rook. If you go, I go rook d2.
Rook where, sorry?
Sorry, we can take. Oh, sorry, we can go here. Yeah. No, I go. We can take. Of course, we can take. Sorry, I want to go d2. We have rook h1, and this is finished.
Yeah.
I think d2 rook h1, and you will rook c4. Yeah, we go rook d1. Okay, let's say you go rook c4. Yeah, I think you just go rook d1. Don't care so much about the b pawn.
Yeah.
But maybe not. No, this is not. No, this is maybe not winning. This is maybe not winning, because I will go in this position. I will go rook d1. I want to play. This is what I wanted to play, and I wanted to see. We take the pawn, king c2. We take here. You take on d4, and now we go. Now we go closer. King c6. We go closer with the king.
What happens if you take?
I will go rook. I will go rook e2.
Check.
Ah. But maybe this is winning. King. I go king d3. Yeah, I think this is winning. Rook c8, and now I go king e4, king f5, and now this is winning.
Okay. So let's see what was played. Queen d8 was played.
Yeah. So her idea is, but queen d8. Maybe queen c8. Yeah, was queen d8. What happened? And we will go rook d5.
Didn't we look at this position?
Yeah, we were looking at this position.
Oh, we just finished it after rook d5, saying that this is winning, I think.
Yeah, we said rook d5 because now you're stopping the d pawn. You will there will be a double rook endgame probably. I guess rook d5. If she goes queen e7, you will go a3. Yeah, we will just defend the pawn. And now the threat is rook d7 or just take the pawn. So
yeah.
Somehow she needs to go to the g line, I think, after rook d5. Can she create anything on the g line? But I don't think so. Yeah.
How do you want to create something on
the g line? No, I have no idea. I have no idea here. So yes, no, maybe the idea is like this: rook d5. Yes, I have an idea here now. Okay, queen g8. Queen g8, I want to go. And now, if you take on d3, I want to go rook c8. And after, I want to start giving some checks. This was my idea. But okay, here you can maybe go, you need to go queen h1 here. So.
Here, can we just look at this position once?
But you can play rook h1 here.
Immediately?
No, you can, yes. Yes, and after d2, I want to go queen f3. Queen f3. So.
Simply controlling everything.
And okay, but now, it could be this double, now it could be this end game with, you can play d1, I take, you take, you had these double rooks, but I believe this must be good for white, take here.
Problem is that...
Yeah, you can give check somewhere if you want, maybe queen h1, I don't know, somewhere queen h1. You go with some of the rook back, and now, I don't know which one. Now we go, now you have e7, so you have to take with other rook. So you have to go with this one.
This
is not, now you go a3 probably. Probably you go a3.
And then you're threatening. I mean, all the pawns, are too many pawns here. But something was played. Rook h1 was played on d2.
So, and now, because after rook d1 now, I will check. It will be, so I think, okay, now you have two more. You can go rook d5, yes. Rook d5, of course. Rook d5. Yes, rook d5 is the logical move here. And then after rook d5, because now as the rook is good on the last rank, I mean, if you go rook d5, queen g8, you can take on d2, and there's no checks, no counterplay on the last rank. So
this
now
should just be winning. Rook d5, what do you play?
I don't know what she wants to play. Okay, you can change queens, but
queen c8 or queen c6.
Yeah, but we just take it and we go a3. I think we go a3, or do we go? I think we go a3. We go rook c4, but then rook c4. Maybe just, let's say, what shall we do here? I just think everything is good here.
But even if you just take the pawn.
We take the pawn. Yes, we just take the pawn. Yeah, and if you take on f4, we change one rook. And now maybe I go rook e1, yes. Now you need to go back with the rook. You're just losing. Yeah, rook e1 and it's winning.
Should we look at the position? Rook d5, queen c8.
Yes.
This should be, well, very good for white.
Yeah. No, because queen takes c8, we play rook take b4 check.
Okay.
So this is our point. Yeah, so we take here. Now.
Yeah, I think I was.
Yeah.
Is there any check? No, there's any check because then we play rook.
No. She played rook. Now she takes the here. So here, and let's see how is this position.
Does she want to check?
I think she wants to take. Maybe she wants to take on f4, but then we have rook e1. So maybe if she gives a check, I go king e3, and then I go rook. Then this is just, I don't know. This is looks bad, no? So okay, you can rook. Okay, let's say go with rook down. You want to go rook e2. Let's rook cc2. This is what I wanted to do here.
Here.
Yeah, rook cc2. Just. To play with the two rooks somehow, but I don't understand if I take on h6 here.
Yeah, I mean,
you're just running.
The problem is
you're running with the king.
The problem is that all pawns are being taken, and
you will take, and you will have these massive pawns, which are winning the game, and the king is just running down. If you go check, I go king. If you go rook e2 check, king d4, king c5, king d6, my king will just be more active to help the pawns forward. So even if there are two rooks, it cannot be enough for black to defend this.
Queen c8 was play queen takes c8. Rook takes b4, so this is all happening.
And now, she can go king a1, but it looks that looks funny, yes. That looks because
king a1.
Yeah, but I really don't like it because she will be mated on the last rank.
I don't like that either.
So it's more better to keep the you keep your king active. The king is a very good piece in the endgame, so it looks very natural to go forward, because the pawns which are going to win the game is the e pawn. The e pawn is the one which will decide. And okay, you have this e6 f5 pawns together.
So we can see that they now have, they've now reached the time control. So they have some more time here, so they can think a bit. But
so I guess maybe she will think a bit here before she decides, because it's very, very important. Every move is very important to make the best of the position. I don't know if she goes into the corner. Is there any? It just feels so passive to go into the corner, because I think she will have back ranks problems.
Yeah, it doesn't look natural.
No, it doesn't look natural. It's better to go out with the king. So
king c2 is what we're expecting.
Yeah, we're expecting this, and then you take the d pawn, the d2 pawn with the king. So I was just thinking, after king c2, if is there an advantage to go d1 check first? I was just thinking that, somehow to get the piece a little bit more awkward. But no, it doesn't really change anything. You just take it, and you can go.
Take it with what?
Actually, I think you can take it with almost any piece. But maybe if you want to take it with the king, and you can go king e2 after. So there's nothing special with that.
So Ju Wenjun is really trying to fight now.
She
King
won this, this I wasn't so because now she needs to take on d2, but after so she's just saying that her e pawn will be the one, yes, who will decide the game, so that there is no danger here. So I guess if you go some,
Was it because she was scared of losing the a2 pawn?
I think she was a little bit scared that there would be lots of checks somehow, but losing the a2 pawn, yeah, it could be actually, it could be, but maybe
But she's always on mate now.
Yeah, but if you go rook take f4, we just go e7. This is the problem. E7 is our move now.
Yes, but for instance, if a move like this.
Yeah, but then okay, if you go like this, then I can activate. Maybe I go rook e2 or rook d7. I'm not sure. Maybe rook e2, or maybe I go maybe I go rook e1. Rook e1. Now both my rooks are active. Now I'm threatening e7.
Okay, that's true.
So the rook is not better on b8 than c8. So I think maybe you need to go some rook e4 in this position. Here, rook e4, but yeah.
Then you can take on h6.
You can take here, and I want to see this, what is happening. Yeah, rook b8. After rook b8, let's see. You can go down, but you can maybe also play some a3. A3. Yeah, and you will escape. Yeah. So it looks. This is fine. Also, I guess.
Yeah. So this is the last move, and now I believe that Ju Wenjun will take some time and think.
Yeah, she will take some time. So yeah, maybe it's the problem is she would like to play. Yeah, I don't know really what she wants to play here. Yeah, they're so strong, this e pawn. Yeah, so it was. I guess it was fine wherever you go. She felt it was more safe to put the king in the corner.
Yeah, I mean this should also be winning.
Yes, no, so. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so I think we're gonna take a short break.
Yes.
Now in this position, as Ju Wenjun is thinking here, and they've reached the time control. So let's just take a very short break, shorter than the other breaks that we've taken, so we can get the last energy for the last part of the game. So we will be back very soon. We are back, and yeah, let's see what has been played. So, yeah, we saw the Rook takes d2, and then King b7 was played.
Yes, King b7, a little bit surprising move, but she feel that there are background problems like e7, rook d8, and the pawn will just become a queen very quickly.
Yeah.
So that's why she put the king more active. And then I like very much what the Goryachkina played here now. She played a check, and the idea is a little bit to what I like. We can see what happened. You see the next move.
Yeah. So Rook d7 was played.
Yes, and the point is that point. If you go king c6, you just lose a rook after rook c1. So you need to go here, king b6. And now, yes, king b6, this is what happened also. And now I like rook b1. I like to change this active rook on b1. And my idea is, let's see if I'm right. Okay, you take. And my idea is simply that now the king is more far away. So I liked she gave the check first and then she changed. Because otherwise maybe the king could have come closer. And my idea is now to go rook f7, take on f6, or rook h7 and take on h6. So let's
rook f7 or rook h6?
Yes, one of these moves. So let's see if you go here now. And let's see if you go rook c5, I just go e7. So I just go e7 and then you can stop the pawn, so it doesn't work. So
because if you go here, then you have this.
Yeah, then you have this. So that's the idea. So and after rook b1, you take and take, and now sorry.
Bless you.
Thank you. And now, for example, if you go, if you go rook h8 here, for example. So the idea is if you go e7, I will go rook e8.
What happens to rook f6?
Yes, of course you play this move. And now I want to see if you push h5 and you just take. And the point is if you go h4, we have this bit. No, we take check.
Oh.
We go e7 check, you go closer, and we have rook f8. So it's just winning directly. Your pawn is too far away, the h-pawn, to create something. So it goes back. So it will be the e7 pawn is very quick here. So
e7 was played here instead.
She played e7 directly. This I didn't like as much. This I don't understand why she doesn't want to change the rook. Okay, now the threat is rook d8, but I have rook e4 here. Now I go rook e4. Because
but if rook e4, then you have rook d8.
Then we have rook d8. So maybe you're right. Maybe this is just winning also. So maybe this is okay. So rook e4, we have rook d8. Yes, that's true. So that's just finish. Rook d4, rook d8, and king b7, then we have a check. So
and rook e1, and is this just winning?
Yeah, maybe you're right. This is just winning also. Yeah, this is just winning. So this is this is just forced. This is just forced. So e7, and
how can you stop it?
I don't see how you can stop this. I don't see this. You're right. So, but it's very rook e4, because rook e4 you have rook d8. It's just it's just finished this. Yes.
Rook e8 and now
rook e1.
Rook e1. How to stop this?
Yeah, you cannot avoid rook d8. Yeah, because rook e1, rook c4, rook d8, rook c8, you take on c8 and you queen. So after rook e1 is...
After rook e1 it's time to resign.
Yes, so this was the quickest way to win.
Yeah,
it was absolutely the quickest and the easiest way to win. Yeah, this tremendous e-pawn, yes. So finally now it's just deciding the game over, yes.
So let's just wait until rook e1 before we say anything. Let's just wait until she actually plays rook e1. But yeah, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, no, I think again it has been a very nice game by white, and somehow a little bit surprising that black got these problems, because this idea of castling long side is very common, and it's also very common then that black doesn't want to play short castling because the attack. So black goes for the same, but then still white has this maneuver to put the piece on c5. Maybe she was too quick to go, to take on c5 and bishop g4. Maybe this plan wasn't enough, because you get this massive pawns on the king side, in the center king side, and it's still preferable. And then we could saw how white, move by move, made it so difficult for black to enter with her knight. She was playing against the knight and against this pawn structure. But I still think I was very, that she took so quickly on g5. I still think that she should have waited to take on f4. Should have kept the pieces there.
Oh yeah. When she took on f4, she should have kept the pawn on g5.
I think so, but maybe still it was difficult for her. But then white played very, very nicely all the time, keeping control of the position.
All the time. Yeah.
And not giving any kind of counterplay for black. It looks like black was going to create something, but no, it wasn't enough. It was the other way around. It was just weakening her position. And the black knight was, playing around but couldn't enter the game, yes. So,
and the game finished now.
Now it finished.
So, Ju Wenjun resigned. Goryachkina won.
Yeah, she won.
She won. Wow.
So she's a step closer to become the new world champion. But there's still four exciting games to go, and it's putting lots of pressure on Ju Wenjun. She needs to win one of these games. So
just to be on equal points.
Yes, but I think like the match has been going, she will be very happy if she can win a game and they go to the playoff. I think this is her ambitions.
But she still needs to win a game, and in this match, winning a game is a very hard thing to do.
It's a very hard thing to do.
Both players are, of course, very, very strong.
They're very strong and very solid, yes.
Yeah.
But in this match, Goryachkina has been closer, and she has been defending better, and she has also been the one who has creating more problems for the opponent in the openings.
Yeah.
So let's see.
She has taken advantage of her games with white.
Yes. And actually, I was a little bit surprised of the opening today by black, as it's considered to be, a nice plus for white to play this kind of positions. Yeah. But she wanted to change, and she wanted to play, with this e6, d5 setup. And so, very, very exciting to see what will happen these last games. So maybe I should tell my little story about the game.
Yeah, you can finish with your story.
Yeah,
let's do it.
Because someone asked me about which is my most memorable game, and there's been no doubt the game I played in Lloyds Bank 1982, and it was around maybe 4 or 5. I was doing well, so I went up to play against Viktor Korchnoi, and this was 82, 79, and maybe 81 or 78 and 81. He had played his World Championships matches against Anatol Karpov, the challenger. He has lost both of them, but he was really the number 2.
Yeah.
And he was the one I was admiring. So I was so happy to get the chance to play with him. I was just overwhelmed. And then I played e4 at that time. We played the Spanish, and I played the Centrum Gambit, I think it's called. I played d4 early in my move number 4 or 5. And then, he was thinking like, we had this time control, very long then. If we play with 40 moves for 2.5 hours, and then it was 16 moves for 2 hours. So we could keep on going for a long time. And then after my d4, he was thinking for more than 1 hour. And after game, he said he wanted to see how he could avoid all these drawing lines, because I was so surprised that he was thinking so long. And then it was a game. I gave a pawn. It was an exciting game. I gave a pawn. I got some compensation. I got the pawn back. And then, Korchnoi, he really wants to win. But when he wants to win, he also gives chances. So actually, I had a forced win. It was not difficult to see. but in the time travel, I went
missed
wrong.
it.
I missed it, and he had a perpetual. So the game was a draw, but I was so happy. And when I was sitting there on the stage after the game, all these players came up, Ions, Grandmasters, and we were analyzing together.
How old were you?
This was 82. I was 19, and I was just so happy to play this game. So this is the most memorable game. And in this tournament, I made my first IM-norm, and Gunnar Johansson, who was coming with me, he made his first IM-norm because he was actually also beating Tony Miles in the tournament. And he was reporting for the biggest, one of the two biggest newspapers in Sweden. So he had to tell them that the reporter was actually leading the tournament. And he made also an IM-norm. So it's a very memorable game against Viktor Korchnoi, but also a very memorable tournament for me.
That's very nice. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, a long time ago.
Yeah, there's some time ago, absolutely. So this is... Yeah.
20 years before I was born. I was
Yeah.
born 2002.
Yeah, exactly 20 years before that.
Okay, so should we just see, someone was asking about the turning point, if it was Queen F8, which was a bad move instead of Queen E7, or how did Ju Wenjun go so wrong?
Yes, I think Queen E7 is a better move than Queen F8, but she wanted to keep the pawn. She would have played B4 anyway, and let's say if she goes B6, let's say, B6. Let's say if you try B6 anyway, and then if you go, we try the same. If she goes E5 here, we will take on E5. Now we can take on E5.
What's the difference now?
The difference is that with the Queen on E7, E5 is actually, we can take twice on E5. So you take on E5.
Yeah, but do we not want to play something like Queen D2 intermediate move?
Yes, you want to do that, but yes, this you
I'm
want
just
to
wondering.
do. This is what you want to do. But you want to go queen or you want to go bishop e4?
I don't know what I want to go, but I was just
Now we will, let's say if we go...
thinking if there could be any queen, and then after take, if there could be check, and then bishop e4.
Yeah, this is absolutely a tremendous threat. So maybe you need to go knight b8. And after knight b8, probably maybe we go rook c1 and we take on e5. But then you go rook
c1. The rook is already on.
Sorry, rook e1. Rook e1. Because I want to take the pawn.
Can you not even play c5? Sorry, b5.
You can also go b5.
But maybe that's unnecessary.
Yeah, you can. Let's say you go b5. Then we will probably take on f4. And when you take on c6, we will block. Can you show that b5? I think we take on f4. We take yes. And when you take, I go queen c7. I need to block this diagonal. This is what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to block it. And now at least I have get away with all this.
So if the rook was in e1, then we could play rook e7, and then there would be a mate here.
Yes, then absolutely we could play this. So you could go, you could go rook e1. But we will start somehow to kick you. Maybe we go rook e8 or something. So I think queen e7 was a better move. And she was worried that the h6 pawn will be hanging, but I think she shouldn't care about this pawn. What is happening in the center are the more important. But I don't know if this is the turning point, actually, because it looks still that white has... these pawns are very... that this position is more favorable for white. Yeah. Yes, can we see if she doesn't take on g5?
We can look at that here.
Rook h5, don't take.
So if we play something else here.
Yeah, we go knight f8 here. If we play the same. We play the same. She will play f5 anyway, yes. And then now we go, we will have the same. And now I go, let's see, but now I go queen f7. How? I will bothering your rook. If I go rook h1, I will go knight d7. And I will, take... and if you, let's say you can go b4. Yes, you can go b4 if you want to defend the pawn. This you can go. And now after knight e5, you can... Maybe you will take here, you take an h8.
This would have been different.
It would have absolutely been different, yes.
Maybe it wasn't great for black to open up the g file.
Yes, but that's, I think anyway, that white was better. I'm not sure how much better. This position looks like more promising for white because you have this future with the pawns.
Yeah.
And black doesn't have this pawn play as you have with white. So,
Okay. So, this was round number 8 between Aleksandra Goryachkina, the runner-up, or not the runner-up, but the is it called the runner-up?
yeah, I think
It's
so.
called the runner-up. Okay.
I think so, yes.
Right now, the current world champion Ju Wenjun. But so Aleksandra Goryachkina won, and we will see what happens in the last few games. It will be very exciting to follow the last 4 games, as these will be crucial. They'll be very decisive, these last few games. But right now, she is the challenger, not the runner-up, the challenger, sorry. That's what I was thinking. The runner-up is at the end result. So the challenger, Aleksandra Goryachkina, sorry. And the current world champion, Ju Wenjun. So we will see what happens. We will see what happens after these last few games. But now Ju Wenjun needs to win a game to equalize with Aleksandra Goryachkina, the challenger, not the runner-up, the challenger, precisely. All right. So thank you very much for following us today and for being here and watching this game. This was a very nice game, a very interesting game to follow. And thank you very much, Pia, for being with us here today again.
No, it's always a pleasure. Thank you.
And you will hopefully be back with us on Monday.
Yeah, this is the plan, but let's see.
Yeah, but this time she won't be physically here. We will be having a call, so you will see her on the screen instead of her being beside me, as you're going to Gibraltar, right?
Yeah, I'm going to Gibraltar. It's one of the strongest open tournaments, and then it has become fantastically strong. And it's also very nice because it's open for all players.
Yeah.
So anyone can enter if you are on the list in time, because it's limited. There's around 350 players, I think, altogether. And it will be very exciting. And we have been going there every year. So I think it's the 18th tournament.
Yeah.
And we've been there all the years. And it's just really maybe my favorite tournament. It's just so lovely to be there.
Yeah. No, we've been there every single year since the first time they started the tournament. So very nice tournament, and yeah. All right. So once again, thank you for coming here and following the stream. And we will be back on Sunday when round 9 is played. All right. So once again, thank you very much for today.
Thank you.
And yeah, see you on Sunday.